Hi, welcome back to Frequency Intuitive. Come on in. We have a really powerful reading here today. I'm actually filming the intro after I've filmed the piles, which I've never done before, simply because I did not really understand what the reading was about. I didn't know how to introduce it. This reading has been percolating for some time in me, and it certainly took me 3 days to even sit down and film it for the amount of downloads that were coming through just for me to acclimate to. I had always had this in my conscious awareness for some time about a new earth. What would that look like? And I never felt like there was a strong enough momentum energetically to support a reading. I didn't think that it would be relevant. I didn't feel called to film it yet, but the idea was always there as a seed. And then within the past 3 days, it came up so strong, like a tidal wave of momentum. And my guides were like, it's the time, film a new earth reading. And I was like, oh, okay, wow. And then I needed to create so much energetic space for this reading. So I kept waiting until I felt ready. And then on the third day, which is today, they were like, okay, you're good to go film that. So very powerful. Obviously, I don't have to tell you, there is a huge amount of things going on in the world that are causing a lot of towers to crumble, a lot of chaos and fear and uncertainty and all of those things. I don't want to go too deep into it because I'm sure you are already navigating those energies, so I don't want to activate them too much. I don't want to spiritual bypass them. That's not what this reading is about. We do need to allow ourselves to be visionaries, however, and we do need to allow ourselves to expand, evolve, and create create a new world. We need to be okay with that. We need to give ourselves permission to do that. This is not spiritual bypassing. This is not saying those things didn't exist, I don't want to look at them. This is saying because those things exist, we must expand and evolve to a higher level of consciousness now with more intensity and purpose and necessity than we ever did before. And when I ask my guides what's different now, because certainly things in history have happened with such magnitude of importance and heaviness or weight that this was obviously progressing over a great amount of time. They said it's now necessary and it's majority. There's now enough souls grasping and calling for this new earth to come in that the scales have finally tipped, and it's literally like a tidal wave of momentum. You may have seen many other readers things on YouTube, on other platforms with a similar theme. It's honestly like I see like all these lighthouses lighting up over the world where we were all lit up, but we're all lighting up in tandem. Like it actually makes me very emotional because I can feel it, and I'm sure you can feel it too. It's like everybody is moving as one towards a common goal, not with the same process, not with the same thoughts or opinions or anything or expression, but with one goal of harmony and of doing better, of finding a higher frequency where love and compassion and oneness is the majority, is the goal, is the highest, strongest, dominant energy and frequency. And of course, I understand there will always be polarity, there will always be contrast, there will always be light and dark, but we certainly are being moved to a higher realm of consciousness. And that's what this reading is about, to kind of explore these new timelines and explore what that looks like and explore the viewer, your role, and kind of what that might look like for you as it unfolds. So I have two cards that came up when I was pulling the resonant marker cards. One is literally called A New Earth that I didn't know was in this deck, and the other one's called Weight of the World. I haven't read either of these, but my guides do want me to read from the guidebook to kind of open the reading. Of course, if you don't want to listen to any of this, you can skip ahead to the groups. Okay, so the first card says Weight of the World. Boundaries, let it go, it's not yours to carry. The weight of the world just really stood out to me. I want to see what this has to say, because I think a lot of us are feeling this right now. I certainly had a series of sleepless nights, which is not my norm. This reads, you don't need to carry it all. You're no good to anyone if you're running on empty, bogged down by the weight of the world. This card is a reminder to look after your own well-being. Stop putting the weight of the world's problems on your shoulders. You must put on your own oxygen mask first. In these changing times, it's hard not to feel overwhelmed by the state of the planet. However, you can't take on its problems from a place of energetic depletion. This card is thanking you for caring so much. You want to build a better world and ease the road for others, and that's incredible. But the way that you've been doing it is also likely unsustainable. This isn't to say you should switch off to the world's problems and become unconscious. Rather, it's a call to establish clear boundaries so you're not constantly taken out energetically. Because I was certainly taken out for, like I said, for a period of at least 2 to 3 days, not the ones I was downloading, but prior to that. The planet needs you to be healthy both physically and emotionally. So instead of digesting the news or reaching for your phone as soon as you wake up, show up first to a nourishing practice such as meditation, soul inquiry, deep breathing, or exercising in nature. Once you're in a state of grace and your inner well is full, then you can face the day, then you can face the state of the world and care for others. And at the day's end, take an energetic shower by emptying out anything that's not yours to carry. You can pick it up again the next morning if you so choose, but give yourself time and space to rejuvenate and rest. And the inquiry is, what are you carrying that isn't even yours? I think we're all experiencing this and kind of having to renegotiate our boundaries with social media, with our phones, with the news, with conversations with others, with our own brains, with our own minds. I had to physically remove my conscious awareness from my mind because it was my third night of not sleeping, and I was terrorized by some of the things, as I'm sure many of you are. And I had to pull back into my body, like my guides showed me, like a turtle pulls its head and its feet back into its shell. They were like, pull your awareness back into your body. And I felt so comforted there. It's like I had no thoughts. I was just in my body. And I'd never done that before, like consciously. And it gave me such peace. So there's new things that we're having to navigate. And that's why they wanted me to read that card, to acknowledge what everyone is going through, but also give some practical guidance and advice. I saw something from one of the walking monks, and he said, start the day before you reach for your phone, and go write on a piece of paper to connect your brain to your hand, and write something like, today, this day is peaceful. Today is my peaceful day. I am peaceful in this day. Whatever it is you want to write, and then read it back to yourself. And he's like, just start your day with that. We just have to bring mindfulness into this situation and connect with our hearts before proceeding into the day. Is one of the advices coming up here for me and for all of us. I'm sure if you're going through the same thing. So then a new earth card, which is what this reading is based on. Now the new earth will originate within us first, and then it will play out externally, and we will all be experiencing this differently because as many souls, there are as many timelines, but there will be similar resonance, of course, like there are now. This card reads, it's happening. Keep holding the vision. Don't give up now. You're closer than you think. Oof. The emotions I can feel on that one. I know it's hard to hold the frequency of a new age when it feels as if so much is crumbling and so many are losing faith. This is your sign that you're facing the right direction. You have a great gift in being able to see the potential of things before they exist. Tend to the new seeds. Dream it into existence. Don't lose faith now. Keep your focus fixed. It's just bringing tears to my eyes because I didn't read this card before I prepped for this reading. So I'm getting emotional here. Planting new seeds and bringing about a shift of the ages is no mean feat. It requires extreme trust and radical vision. If you pull this card, it's a reminder, have faith. You chose to be here to be part of this global shift. Whether you're bringing it about through prayer and meditation, or you're working on a new project, job, or creation, keep going. It's happening. Don't give up now. The world needs more dreamers like you, more people with hope in their hearts. The road ahead may not be plain sailing, ushering in a new age in times of change never is. You're being encouraged to remember what you've been working toward for so long is almost here. Don't question yourself now, don't waver. Dig your devotion deep. For if you do, in the not too distant future, you'll be able to sit back and watch all you've carefully planted, nurtured, grow, and bloom. It's possible. Keep focusing on your dreams. You're closer than you think. How can you keep holding the vision is the soul inquiry, and this reading is a part of that for me. And if you're resonant here and drawn here, I'm sure for you too. So I already performed the reading, like I said, and we went through different topics in each pile. You're certainly welcome to read to listen to each group. It was different information for each. Like I said, it was mind expanding. It was stuff I've never even thought about or been aware of before this reading. I was only able to tap into, because of time constraints and just memory on my phone, my guides gave me about 10% of what they were projecting. They projected it in order, so we got out what they wanted, what would be able to be integrated and embodied at this time and space and at this level of where we're at. And then they showed me we would do more. So this will kind of be like a series, I guess. I don't know if there'll be like a part 2 or 3, but I will do the new earth again as we expand and progress, and as the dream and the vision grows and evolves and expands. They're going to add more to this. So when you're ready, we will start with the pile selection. Okay, so group 1, the card is this Star Keeper card. Cosmic Ancestor, see the light by staying grounded. So let's see what crystal we are drawn to. Here is the crystal options. See if you're drawn to anything. You can always choose your own crystal even if I don't select it. I am being drawn to this amethyst Hamsa hand. It has a seeing eye on it. So let's take that one. For pile 1, Star Keeper, and this crystal. Okay, group 2, your card reads Messenger, serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. And let's see what crystal we're drawn to. Oh, I already saw one, but I'll let you take a look first. It might be hard for you to see them, harder than it is for me, obviously, with them right in front of me. But I was immediately drawn to this pyramid for the shape of it, this rose quartz pyramid. So I'm going to choose that. Group 2. Messenger card. Group 3 is this double mission Lightworker Starseed, serve the world by being you card. And for that group, drawn to this moon here. I'm also drawn to the selenite hand. Let's do the hand. It feels stronger. Oh, there's 2 palms. I didn't even notice that. Because the plate was blocking this one. I forgot we did that. Okay. So it's the selenite hand. Praying palm, I think it's called. Or maybe not. Maybe this one's just an open palm. Double mission is the card. Pile 4. Child of the Cosmos is the card. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. These are the crystals. I am seeing this tower now. I also felt called to this for group 1, but I'm going to pull it. We pulled it in a recent reading and it's calling to me again. So that is what it is. I think it's an aura treated quartz with like this turquoise overlay. And Child of the Cosmos. Okay, so if you're going right to your group from here, you can go ahead and click on the timestamps. And now if you've skipped ahead to this part, to skip over the crystal selection, group 1 is the Star Keeper card. Cosmic Ancestor, see the light by staying grounded, with this Hamsa hand with the seeing eye on it that I believe is amethyst. Group 2 is the Messenger card, Sirius energy, bringing harmony and balance, with the Pyramid Rose Quartz. Group 3 is the Double Mission, Lightworker Star Seed, serve the world by being you, with the Selenite Palm. Group 4 is the Child of the Cosmos card, with the intelligence of the universe lies within you, and this turquoise or treated quartz point. When you are ready, you can click on the timestamp or timestamps if you choose more than one group, and I will see you in your pile. Hi, Group 1. Welcome to your reading. You have the Star Keeper card and the Amethyst Hamsa hand, and we are finding out from the higher realms what a new earth would be experienced as by you, and also what role do you have in the emergence of this new earth. So let's start by reading your card, Star Keeper. So for Group 1, you're an ancient keeper of the stars, here to anchor and seed your light in your unique way. You've likely been incarnating on Earth for some time, dedicated to an era of awakening and bringing about a long-awaited shift in the planet's evolution. We're at a tipping point now. Oof, feeling this in all my chakras. The survival of Earth and all its species is coming to a head. Good gosh, Rebecca Campbell, with the prophecy, the more grounded you remain during this transitional period, the more helpful you'll be. Okay, so this has heavily to do with grounding. The more you tend to the flames of your own heart, the more love you'll anchor onto this planet. I'm struggling to get through this. Like, my heart chakra is so bursting reading this. The wisdom of the stars is imprinted in your soul. The more soul fragments you call home, the more this wisdom is seated here. Wow. Okay. This is so powerful. I'm having so many downloads as I'm reading this, but I'm going to get through this. You may be called to be in different places in the world to anchor this light. Perhaps by taking a trip or living in a certain location. You may also find yourself experiencing awakening symptoms. The more grounded you remain, the more stable Earth's energy will become, and the less reactive humanity will be. You're here for a double mission, to grow as an individual and as part of the larger collective that's bringing about a shift in frequency. Trust that you can be in the world, but not of it, and lead a truly glorious life. Now, this is the activation. Place your hand on your heart and whisper, I acknowledge that I am a star keeper. I choose to anchor my light and stay as grounded as possible. I'm going to leave this open to reference from, because there was so much in there that we're going to need to come back to that. The biggest thing that was happening as I was reading was, as I was connecting with your group's energy and the frequency, my frequency was raising quickly, like I was in an elevator going up fast. And that's why my heart chakras were flooding with emotion. And also I began to feel a release about certain 3D things I personally was holding on to. That's how powerful this frequency is of this group. For example, like if I had anything that kind of bothered me this morning, I could feel it just falling away, like falling off of me like a cape, just doesn't matter. You let it go, like just connecting with your frequency through that card, like just getting the download. It was like Wow. Okay, so you may find that you have been traveling a lot or being feel called to multiple different places, or you may have been in one place your whole life but have recently started to feel called to travel or to live in different places. What was the other things that I almost wanted to take notes? The grounding, the more love you'll anchor onto this planet, the more you tend to the flames of your own heart. The wisdom of the stars is imprinted in your soul. Okay, so some light language is coming through here, which is why I keep having strange, like fragrant. I'm doing it again. Fragments is becoming fragrance, even though that's not a light language word to my knowledge. But there's some sart. Okay, we may have to communicate telepathically. Um, let me just let me just anchor into that frequency. That's the problem, is I'm shifting between two. Just give me one moment. If you want to join me, we're just going to breathe very deeply and release as much as we can any tethering to things that would muddy up the frequency. We have to become very light to be here in this space. Very fluid. Okay, that's much better. Now, the two frequencies are not at odds. Do you feel how they were fighting? Even though my frequency was still in a good place, this frequency was so much higher. My mouth was struggling to communicate the vibrationally accurate words when I was shifting between two levels. It was glitching, basically. So this, you could be experiencing this yourself, because this may be an awakening you're going through. This may be a big shift. You may already be familiar with this cosmic ancestry and your mission here, or your role here, or your passions here, because it's not like a task. It's something you feel enlivened by and something that's part of your soul DNA, essentially. Or, like, DNA is not the right word. I want to say GNA, but I don't know what that means. I'm just going to leave that alone. Um, Maybe you know what that means. Um, but your quantum soul, um, blueprint. So you may feel this glitching where sometimes you're like in your current identity and then you're feeling called to something else. And a lot of it is, it feels so expansive and kind of unknown. Like literally being in the stars or being in the universe is very light based. It's beautiful. It's very light. It's the only, like, it's not dense. What's the opposite of light? What's the opposite of dense? Light. Now, you may start to channel like light language or star language. I'm not exactly sure what the right term is. I'm getting light language, but it could be from certain star or galactical frequencies, let's say. You may already do this, but even as I was like allowing my frequency to raise to this group, or to the future of this group, because you may be in the same position as me where this is new to you, but this is the where this new earth is emerging for you in your role. I felt a different language coming through. It had a lot of like shh in it, like a mishakta, shakta, like that type of thing. So that's interesting. So let's get some more information. I want to get, what will this new earth emerging, because the new earth is internal. Now it's going to be reflected in the external, but it's beginning with every single one of us internal and our consciousness raising. So we're going to experience it internally before we experience it externally, which is always the case. But you will see it reflected on the external and in your lifetime. My guides are telling me that was one of the strongest messages that came through, because I think a lot of us thought especially me, I don't know, especially me, but me for sure, thought that I would not see the new earth emerge in my lifetime. I was certain it would start to emerge in my daughter's lifetime, but it's certainly emerging now. So we will definitely see it play out on the world stage and unfold. Um, but this will begin with you. So I want to find out what your new world will feel like, this new earth, and what's your role in that. Now, we already have this grounding light codes. So there's things from the stars, there's wisdom from the stars that you're going to plant here on earth, or you have been for some time also. Let's find out what that is. Let's get this. Can you tell us about the new earth? They want to start with this for pile 1 that's emerging. Now, of course, it will all. That's like so many cards. Can we just do that again? Of course, they will. Well, like there will be a blending, right? It's not like the 4 different piles. There's going to be 4 different earths. It's just that there's going to be a billion different earths. It's you experience earth from the individual conscious point of consciousness. And so there's, a billion different, as many humans as there are experiencing, or sentient beings, essentially, not even humans, sentient beings experiencing, their experience is that many realities. But there will be ones that have common themes that you will co-create on, if that makes sense. Please describe as best you can through the cards what the new earth emerging for pile 1 will feel like and just look like and be like. Okay, they just want me to take that one for now. Card 34, you are the image maker. What you focus on manifests. Wow. What thought pattern do you need to shift? Okay, so a huge part of this new world will be people being very comfortable in their abilities of manifestation. We're already seeing this emerging, I would say, in the past decade. Like, so much has come out about law of attraction, manifestation, law of assumption, the universal laws, period. Even the power of prayer and how that can be understood at like a quantum, like the quantum mechanics of prayer, how energy is moving, frequency, resonant frequencies. They can measure brainwaves, they can measure your energy field now. So as more of this starts to anchor down, and I think as more of science and spirituality start to work hand in hand, more people in this world, in this new earth, will understand that they are the image maker. You are the image maker. What you focus on manifests, and you will start to understand this, and we will start to understand if there's patterns within us that need reprogramming, so that the image that comes out is one that is more harmonious and aligned with the world that we want to see in this lifetime play out. So this is heavy manifestation, understanding. I'm going to put that here. Card 34, which is a 7 in numerology. What else can you tell us about this new earth? Yeah, they just said they will understand. So people will understand how to create their own reality. There will be less of a feeling of helplessness and more of a feeling of empowerment as people really start to understand the rules and the laws of the universe and how they can be bend, how they're flexible, how they're not. That will start to replace, like that will start to be in typical learning environments and in schools. Certainly at a university level, if it already isn't. Seeing so much. Oh, the downloads, they be coming. Okay, here we go. There will be schools that will start to be open, created, and based on spiritual universal laws, concepts that mesh like quantum mechanics and physics with spiritual based mysticism and thinking, and it kind of, you can take different courses. Wow, like I want to go there. Does that already exist? I'm like, how did we not do that already? I feel like someone must have done that. There must be that somewhere. But this will start to become more mainstream, where there's educational facilities that you can go to, and it will be all about this stuff. And this will actually start to replace regular learning. Like about history and geography and all of that will be there, but as it's needed. But life will begin at this level of how to create your reality, how you are creating your reality, what's affecting what, how it all works. It won't be so shrouded in this veil of kind of like confusion and opinion. It will be much more, someone will come and make it user friendly for the masses, and say this is the basic of, and then now there's already been tons of leaders in this realm, but it will get even more refined and more defined and more easy to understand and more normalized and more accessible. It will become accessible and it will become standardized in a way, but not in a rigid way. And it will become normalized, is what they're telling me. Like, it won't seem airy fairy woo woo. It will be like, that's what your kids start with. That's the education that they start with. Wow. I've never seen that before. I love that. Thanks for that. I love new information. Now that I've said it, it seems completely obvious. But that's why I was so excited to do this reading, because I also have no idea what this new earth will look like. And so I'm getting this at the same time as you guys are. Now, there has been 3 days that have gone by where I was receiving intense downloads, where they basically, if there's a lot of new concepts coming to me, this is the first time it took 3 days, they will basically push it in like a download, a projection, as a review. And I kind of get a glimpse of it, and it's like it's like one layer, but we don't go any deeper. It's just like the concept. So it wasn't like that specific thing didn't come up, but I start to get downloads about concepts to kind of prepare my consciousness for the information that's going to come through in the reading, so that I'm not like, so I don't miss it, and or so I'm up to speed with it basically. So I have been getting downloads for 3 days, but that particular specific didn't come out yet. So I just learned that at the same time as you. And I don't know where the downloads are going to place. Once I review it, it passes. And then when I'm in the reading, they project it at the right moment again, if that makes sense. I'm not sure why they're bringing that up. Okay. So they just told me. So one of the things that will happen in this new earth, I feel like I'm going to end up channeling this whole thing. We're going to get cards, is that people will be less reliant on traditional memory, because they will understand that they can pull data from the field as needed. They'll understand that the field is essentially like a universal cloud storage system. I've said this many years ago in my readings, I believe. I don't know if you were around then. I had an older channel. Anyways, I remember downloading that information before. Also, how a download feels like a push notification to me, like it pushes into my awareness. Not pushes in an aggressive way, but you know how you get a notification to your phone? That's how a download feels to me in our world. It's like an arrival of data, of information, and then it's presented, and I'm viewing it in my internal screen, in my awareness. Essentially, I become aware of it. So they want you to know that in this new earth, you're going to rely less on memory. There won't be a need for lists as much, for example, unless it's to connect your point of intention to ground it into your body by using your physical body to create it. And yeah, just in practical terms, if you go to the grocery store, you'll choose food intuitively based. And if there was something specific you wanted to remember, you'll basically pull it from the field. Your guides will project it to you. In the moment that you need it, it will feel much less chaotic, and you'll take up a lot less mental space with trying to remember things or plan for things. You'll understand how it works. For example, they're showing me if you want to go on a vacation, right now you may get the idea, oh, I really love to go visit this place, and you may feel the need to write it down somewhere so you don't forget, and then you may feel the need to research it, and then you may feel the need to plan for it and save. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's just how we've been taught. But the new earth, you will be so connected and trusting in perfect timing and divine timing. You'll understand process and the path of intuitive breadcrumbing in the way of leaving you a trail, not breadcrumbing as in giving you small amounts of things, but it is giving you small amounts of things in the sense of preparing you. So you might get a little nudge or feeling of interest about a place, but you'll trust. That'll come up again when it's the perfect timing for me to think about that again. You won't actively force the thought. You won't actively sit down at your computer when you're exhausted at the end of the day and say, I better start researching this trip because I'm not going to have time otherwise. You know what I'm saying? And you won't say, I better start putting money away because I won't have the funds otherwise. You will just know that, oh, 2 months later, it came up again. And now you address that information at that point. Maybe you look up an article, maybe you read something, maybe someone says something about it, find a TV show. Then you leave it. Then a couple weeks later, you get the nudge, oop, time to start looking at flights, time to start looking at locations. You'll understand that everything has its own perfect timing and divine rhythm, and you don't need to grasp onto thoughts and hold them as if you're going to forget to do that thing. It will push to you when the timing is right, and you can trust your internal timing. It's so flippin' beautiful and full of ease what they're showing me. I hope that I'm communicating it as clearly as I'm receiving it. I'm doing my best. Okay, what else can you tell us about this new earth that's emerging in group one's experience? I kind of hope everyone picks this pile because a lot of this information already, I'm like, wow, like I love that already. I want everyone to hear that, but I'll trust that whoever that's for will. Oh, I love this. A dance with life. You will dance with life. You will dance with life. That's what they're showing me. It's a dance. It's so flowy. And it's not choreographed. It's choreographed in a sense because it's led from a higher purpose and perspective who can see all of the moves, who can see the obstacles, who can see the openings, who can see the timing of things. But it's you. See how there's two partners here. It's you with the divine. It's you with your higher self in this new earth. You dance. You flow. You do the Roomba. Is it Roomba? No, the Roomba's the vacuum. You do the rumba? Not the Roomba. Oh my gosh. Okay. You do the cha-cha-cha. You will do the tango. You'll do the waltz. It's like a waltz. It's this beautiful, fluid connection. Like it's two dance partners not saying, move with me this way. And then one says, okay, but I'll be back after I finish working, paying my bills, doing my stuff for the day. It's not that. It's you're in connection the whole day. Like they're showing me like your palms are always touching. You're in connection, dancing through your life. Your life feels like a dance. Your life feels like flow in a new earth. And then the second huge thing is the phrase underneath says, do something to change your energy. So you will understand that if you feel off, you won't accept that. You'll know what that means. You'll know if you feel off, you're out of tune, you're out of alignment with the dance partner of life, and you'll do something to change your energy to get back there because nothing will matter more than being in tune with your dance partner, which is the divine flow. Now, this doesn't mean you won't have contrast. This doesn't mean that things won't happen that you would prefer would be better, but you will understand it's part of the dance. You will recover. You will have that trust that your dance partner will still guide you and lead you if you just stay in the flow of it. Does that make sense? But you'll understand that tending to your inner world is what keeps you in that flow and in that alignment and in that harmony. And so you won't see your meditation practice as an obligatory thing. You'll see it as vital as drinking water. You will see tending to your inner world and your body's needs as vital as breathing. It will be things that are now non-negotiable because you will become so in love with the ease and the flow that is dancing with life as opposed to pushing, and fighting through life and laboring that you will prioritize the things that allow you to stay in that flow. What else can you tell us about the new earth? I'm having so much fun with this. Let me tell you, there will be fun in the new earth. Fun will be of the highest priority, they're saying. And things will be fun to you that you didn't even think could be fun. Because fun and interest should really be in the fabric of most of the things that you're doing, especially in alignment. But we think as fun right now as something separate that we have to fabricate almost. I have to find something fun to do. But you will find your daily routine fun. They did not like that word. Take it back. Routine is not vibrationally accurate. They don't like that word. Take that word back. You will find fun in your daily passions, which will be the very fiber of your life, like making your bed, doing the dishes, doing your weekly shop, or your gardening, because there won't be that much shopping. Like in a supermarket, I mean, it will be more of sharing. And like bartering with neighbors in your community, but there still will be markets and things like this. But you will find it's so much fun. Stepping out into the day will feel like fun. Getting in a vehicle, if you have a vehicle, will feel like fun. You will feel the interest of and the curiosity and the adventure of all of these things that seemed mundane. Like they're showing me you won't shower. You won't just shower and get in and out. You'll understand that's a divine flippin' waterfall on you. You'll bless it. You'll bathe in it. You'll sparkle in it. You'll like illuminate in it. You'll regenerate in it. You'll have like aromatherapy experiences. You'll have cleansing experiences. You'll feel like a freaking mermaid in there. Like it will transport you. Every experience will transport you to a different aspect of yourself, a different multidimensional awareness of the soul that is you expressing here. Oof, these are big things coming up in here. Okay. Pile one, hold on. I'm gonna start taking notes, like I said. Okay, what else? Plant yourself here. Okay, you got grounded again. Okay, I love this. So your main card said, see the light by staying grounded, and it came up in your in the guidebook. And then you got plant yourself here, integration, embodiment, grounded action. So you will become, I'm going to read this actually. The new earth will be so much about experiencing life. It won't be just having this reading talking about this new earth. You will experience this. You will feel it. You will sense it. You will take it all in. You will experience it, is what they keep telling me. They really want me to read this, so I'll stop talking now and let Rebecca Campbell jump in here. Shout out to Rebecca with her amazing decks. Plant yourself here. Am I even the right? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so this is more about the new earth. So in this new earth, you will invite your soul, oof, I love this, to come all the way in. From your knees to your nose, your cheeks to your toes, you will fully embody your life. You will drop any defensive walls, and you will let your soul land and occupy each and every cell. Ooh, I can feel this in my bones. If you're with me, telepathically, I can feel you're with me. Life is here even when death is here. Birth isn't possible without it. And you came here to birth this world anew. Look what we're talking about. Don't you remember? Fully commit to living this life. Put your 2 feet with your ancient soul wholly and completely in. This is the card of the one who's committed to being the bridge between heaven and earth. That's what you have, Starkeeper. See the light by staying grounded. You are literally being a bridge from your star codes, your cosmic ancestry, to this earth that you have incarnated on. The embodied mystic. They know that they don't need to denounce either heaven or earth. Rather, they're a weaver of the worlds. I'm seeing someone having a tattoo that says weaver. That could be you now. If that's you, you're definitely in the right place. Or that could be something you do in the future. I'm seeing it like on a wrist. Here to embody their soul more and more with each new day. Here to weave the sacred back into everyday life. I don't know why I'm snapping. It's just, we'll get to that. This card is an invitation to commit more fully to your life as a soul having a human experience. You'll invite your soul to grow roots that reach so deep so that you can grow tall, to commit to your humanity and your expansion all at once. The rose invites us to embrace all stages of life on earth, from bud to bloom, from the cutting back to the fruit. Her beauty and sweet scent are the embodiment of heaven, a nectarous reward for being here. The rose reminds us to take a moment to properly enjoy the sweetness and that heaven really can be a place on earth. Oh. And the soul inquiry was, how can you commit more to your life? This may be about you increasing your experiences in this new earth, because I get the sense that some of you, this can happen in the spiritual world, you almost like don't want to land here too fully because it's like, it's a little, what's the word we can say for some parts of the consciousness on the earth? I don't even want to say it because let's just stay in this frequency, but you know, dot dot dot. So one times when we get very spiritually connected, we can feel a little hesitant to want to engage in this 3D realm. You dig? Which makes sense, but you're missing out because the new earth that's emerging now is an earth. This is like you didn't even know. This is like the gates are opening, the doors are opening, and you're like, I didn't even know this earth was here. This is like, have you put your face in a rose and smelt it and let your entire soul enjoy the essence of that rose? The smell is otherworldly, but the feeling of the petals on your nose is a whole other thing. Things like this, like I said, like a shower, a bath will feel like heavenly. Like you're going to, you know, what you see on Pinterest, those like, what are they, like memes, or I don't, what are those called, pins, I guess, that people make? And it's like they've overlaid like sparkles all over it and glitz and like the rainbow aura coming through. Like they all look so beautiful and mystical, but you will experience that your life will feel like that. Like you will look at an apple and see its pulse. You know what I'm saying? Like you may start to see energy. Like I can see energy threads. They look like threads. If you see energy, you'll know what I'm saying. It looks like static and like threads. It's so hard to explain, but it's also not hard to explain. It looks like what you think energy would look like, but you may be able to see that more frequently coming off of living things and the energy coming off of anything manifested. And you may be able to start seeing auras, because I'm seeing that like rainbow aura. But beyond that, that's like a side note they're saying. It's more that you will, I can't really express how, like there's not even a word. The thing is, in the new earth, the English language or whoever, all the base languages are going to fail us. We're going to have to shift to telepathy, feeling, emanating through feeling, presence, and experience in our physical vessel. It's going to be the energy that radiates to communicate, because there's going to be no words for some of these experiences, or the word will fall flat. Like I can't find the word for how you will feel biting into that apple when you're grounded fully, your soul fully here, experiencing the new earth. in your ever, there won't be anything that's out of the ordinary. This is not like you become a billionaire and you're on a yacht. That will not even probably interest you. This is like regular everyday, like living in it. You could be living in a tent, surviving off Mother Earth's land, and you will be so blissed out of what you're experiencing. It's so much. It's so vivid. I wish I could, you could, like, I wish you could feel what I'm feeling, but I also know that you can. Because if you're anywhere near this frequency, then you've clicked on this reading, which means you're gonna feel, you can feel what I'm feeling. As I'm trying to express this to you. Like I'm seeing like it's like a river and a stream, and your feet on the earth, and the sun is shining on you, and the smells coming from the fruits and the plants and the insect, and you can hear the insect. It's like your senses are so heightened. Like you're like a magic, like what is that? Like when something is so heightened, it's like it's not 3D, it's like 6D or something. Like you can hear the insect buzzing, and you can see the energy. Like the leaf is like the leaf, a leaf is like pulsing. It's actually mind blowing. Like I don't think I'll ever be the same after this pile. I can't unsee the things that I've seen, and I am so appreciative and blessed that I have seen the things that I have seen in this one reading, and I haven't even filmed the other three. Like, this is a lot already, not in a negative way. A lot, like the abundance that will be of everything in this like it's just magical. Like it's everything's covered with fairy dust, but in the most grounded way. Let's shift to your role, because like I'm at a loss of words for the new earth emerging that they're projecting to me that you're going to experience. That's a lot to take in in the most beautiful way. So let's shift for a little bit to how you're going to experience this, what your role is going to be in seeding this new earth in to the consciousness that we're currently in. Okay. Oh my god, a breath. Like wow. Okay. Like my whole upper body is like tingling in a great way. Like I've almost evaporated into a light. Let me get um uh see, I don't know what words for things anymore. Okay. I just had to get a blanket to ground myself a little bit, if that makes sense, to weigh myself down. Also, they want to talk about the snapping before. Like, you may already know what that is, but I was unclear as to why I was doing it. So expression will become so much more intuitive. So if you feel something in your soul, you will, in the new earth, everyone will develop their own unique expression. It may be similar for some people. Now, snapping is not unusual. I think that I don't know if that was like a time period, or maybe it's poetry. Do they snap? It's considered like more polite than clapping, but the point is that was a natural expression of my body for feeling something intensely. It came through my physical vessel for feeling resonance. And like instead of clapping, like that may be what you feel. Clapping may be the expression. But there will be more, people will become less robotic and so much more expressive. Like there's certain cultures that are very expressive with their bodies already. That will become the norm. It will be so authentic to the individual how they express. That's just something they wanted to show me. There's so many like levels to this. I didn't even expect this. I was expecting more like, peace, love, and joy. I don't know. This is getting very specific, but I'm loving it. So what is the role of pile one? What can they kind of hone in on and focus? That's their own strengths, or that's their own skills or gifts that they can become aware of to help support this new earth, the emergence of it. For group one, please. Yeah, they're saying water, 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 water. Now, this is the Healing Waters deck. They also showed us that shower waterfall image. Definitely look up into blessing your water or intending in your water. That's going to become the norm. Like I said, a lot of these things are going to become standard practices, like brushing your teeth. Everyone will most likely bless their water. I don't want to say everyone, you know what I mean? Because I don't exactly know the percentages of how this will, but it will become very, I don't even, they're not even really super pleased with the word normal. Like I said, there's like a whole new language developing. But I know that you understand what I'm saying. I'm trying to bridge two worlds here. So bear with me and thank you for bearing with me because I can sense that you are. But blessing water will become an everyday activity. There. Doesn't say it like that. And also here's another one. Okay. I feel like we're getting everything about one. I don't even need to do piles 2, 3, and 4. Choosing words. if you use to choose if you use to choose words, if you choose to use words, they will be chosen with so much intention and care. That is something we are not that great at. But in this new earth, it will be so understood the power and impact of words, and it will become very important the vibrational accuracy of certain words, and people will, if people choose to speak, because there won't be as much words communicate, there will be lots of communication, but it will be happening at energetic levels and a lot more with physical expression. Like I said, they will be spoken with much more care than we use now, because you will understand in the new earth the weight of them and how they can manifest, how they manifest, not can, and how they can be used to manifest, and how they can be used to uplift, and how they can be used to heal and create harmony. Words will be used to create instead of to express, if that makes sense. They will be used to create and express. Okay, so for pile 1, what is their role in this? I don't like saying. Oh, I don't like saying this. I'll just say it. They're just letting you know, but you already know this. But they're just letting me know that you know that there's more than one pile for you here. I don't like saying it because I don't want people to think like I'm trying to pressure you to watch more than one group, because I have zero intentions like that. But I will just get over that, worrying about what you might think of me. Okay, for group 1. Woo! It came out. Like, wow. Oh, you got cleansing. I never got this before. Okay, so your role will be, one of your roles, because you have 3 cards here. One will be cleansing, releasing the old, energetic tune-ups, and new beginnings. Okay, so I'm going to read this because I've never got that card before. Cleansing. Let's just see what the other cards are so I can put them down. Cleansing. Get it. Cleansing. Oh, I never got this either. Bounteous, generously given, relationships coming together. And you got King Tide, which is the other abundance card. Plenty, prosperity, receiving the fullness of life. We talked about that. That's for dang, stankin' rankin' sure. But let's read the cleansing one, because this is about your role here. Through this awakening. Oh, stop. It says, water has been deeply associated with, okay, after I said water. Okay. Water has been deeply associated with both physical and spiritual cleansing since ancient times. We use water. Okay, they're showing me one of the star galaxies or whatever that you came from is a water nation or planet. Maybe you already know this if you already have resonance or have had your like ancestors come to you in your dreams or meditations, you may already know this. You may resonate with water beings like mermaids, dolphins, any sentient water being, myth or legend, supposed myth or legend or realm. Back to this. We use water to cleanse our day away as we bathe, and many of the world's faith traditions use water as a means of spiritual purification, from immersion in holy rivers to baptism and ritual baths. Pilgrims around the world journey to numerous sites for healing and cleansing qualities of their waters. The water in the ground of Japan's Hongu Senjin Taisha, a Shinto shrine at the foot of the sacred Mount Fuji, as seen as both deeply holy and self-purifying. Flowing from the melting snow at the volcano's mountain summit, it forms washing pools that call people to them from near and far. Many believe that these pools are very mystical and powerful. Local legend says the depth of the pool waters magically changes according to the size of the person who enters them, adapting to the level of their submergence. That's interesting because they showed me that image before. They showed me a glass of water and like a stone being dipped in it and how the water level rises, but I didn't know what it was referring to. While visiting the healing water sites of the world is an incredible thing to do, we don't need to travel to experience the healing and cleansing power of water ourselves. You probably use water in this way, although perhaps not consciously. As you shower or bathe, or as you wash your hands, consider the water and call on it to support you by washing away what's coming to an end and is no longer in alignment, leaving space for what you'd like to birth anew. And the inquiry is what's no longer in alignment or coming to an end that you're ready to release. So your role will be to become like water. Now, there is a book called, by Bruce Lee, I think it's called Flow, Become Like Water or something. But I think he's famous for saying that. I think Kung Fu is about that. I'm sorry if I'm wrong about that. That's what I'm getting. You may want to read that book. I don't know. Or you may have read that book. But I digress. You will become like water. Your role is to not hold on to things. Your role is to emanate water. That's not what I meant to say, but that's what they said. Your role is to emanate water, and your role is to emulate water, was what I was trying to say. Where it's like you are in life like a flippin' river, man. You're just like, what comes to me comes to me. I appreciate it. I hold on to it for as long as it's within my experience, and when it passes from me, I let it go. I release, I let go. I align, I release. I align, I release. You don't feel, and you demonstrate this to others. Now, this is most likely already a theme in your life. You're probably like already getting very familiar with this because you would have been being prepared for it, and your soul would already be, this would be not part of your soul nature and makeup. So that's definitely part of your role. And also activating and seeding light into the water. Oof, that one for sure, because that hit me in the solar plexus. They were like, boing! Like I got like a lightning bolt of accuracy or something. So you being in water and doing meditative or rituals, like you're basically in, what's it called when you put something in something, like you're infusing the water with the light codes, and you're raising the frequency. So like you may go to like lakes or ponds or the water in your own home. As it passes over you, then it goes back into the system, like the plumbing and stuff, with a higher frequency structure. I think I'm going to sleep for 12 years after this. Like, I know the things coming out of this. Oh, it's beyond me, but it's beyond me and through me. It's fine. We got this. So that's part of your role. I'm assuming you already are familiar with this. You're probably like, oh, I already kind of do that. I've been doing that. I've been feeling called to that. Or you may feel called to travel, like it said at the beginning, and swim in different bodies of water so that your like soul's frequency kind of seeds there, and your light like goes into the water there, and then it changes it in a positive way. And then the next person who comes there experiences that. Also, they're showing me it's very healing for like Mother Nature, for like the plants and the animals and the ecosystems. I know it sounds not like it sounds unrealistic, like, oh, one person going in a body of water is going to change the ecosystem. Yes. Yes. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but there's going to be more of you than just the one who are doing this. That's probably why you feel drawn to water. Like, are you the type of person, like, some of you can't walk by a body of water without feeling like you have to jump in it? That's not coincidental, because not everybody feels that way. Some people are scared of the water. Now, you may be like, I'm scared of the water. So that I would look into, because I wonder why that is. If you were in this pile, there might be some ancestral chains or like healing or trauma that there's something there. There's something there if you're in this pile. I don't know what it is, because this is more of a very like, that's not what we're getting into. That might come up in a different reading about that specific block. But look into that, reflect on that if that's you, because you are very comfortable in the water. Obviously, be safe. But like you and the water, it's like that's the bridge. That how you're seeding some of these light codes and these higher frequency consciousness is really all I can tell you, because it's so all encompassing, is through water. Because of the fluidity of it, it can reach so many things. And there's a lot of you who will start to do this. This will become very, like, people will be like, oh, I'm a water being, and everyone will be like, oh, you're water. Like, there will be some reconnecting with the elements that people will understand. Just certain people have certain resonance with certain elements. Now that I'm saying that, that makes perfect sense. But for some reason, I've never thought of that before. So moving on from that, that's one of your main roles, the grounding yourself and the using water as a bridge to ground. And you have two cards that are about abundance: bounteous, generously given, relationships coming together. And then you have king tide, plenty, prosperity, receiving the fullness of life. You are going to be a soul who demonstrates abundance outside of traditional understanding of abundance, i.e., money. You may have that too, but that will become so irrelevant, because the wealth is in your experience of that world I described, how you experience earth and life. You will demonstrate that. For example, let's give you a practical example. You go out to dinner with your friends, if we're even doing that. I'm not sure. I'm sure people will be, because food will be celebrated. So someone has made an exquisite display of the resources that Mother Earth has shared with us, and you go to share it either at someone's home, their garden, or a place to eat, a place to gather. And you demonstrate your appreciation of this and your experiencing of plenty. You demonstrate how to receive the fullness of life. You demonstrate you demonstrate generously giving, because you know that the frequency of abundance is also super generous, because you don't feel lack, you don't feel need. So you give out as soon as you get, because you know there's always more. You know there's no end to it. It's continuously replenishing, and it's never ending. It's self-sustaining, and it self-replenishes. So you demonstrate that, which is a state of being that's not frequently demonstrated in this 3D world. Like, I can't think of one person who's like that. And so you're eating at this table, and you are experiencing the look on your face and the energy coming out of you as you bite into this magnificent piece of food. I'm seeing like a tomato with some sort of cheese on it, and it's like on a fresh, crusty sourdough. Gosh darn. And they're just showing me, you're taking a bite of it and you're just like, oh, it's just like oozing from your being how much you're delighting in this, and everyone around you is like in awe, like I want to experience that food, like they're experiencing that food. You become this walking billboard for plenty, for prosperity, for fullness of life, for the richness of life, for feeling and enjoying, and just like I said, your soul fully grounding here and experiencing this life. Wow. I thought we were going to get way more cards. I have so many more cards prepared, but that was so powerful and intense. They closed off the reading, even though I thought I was going to get another card here. They were like, that is what we want Pile 1 to know at this point. You have given them more than enough to think about and to reflect on and to resonate with, if they resonate, if they're ready for that, if that's what they're calling for, and they resonate with that information. So I am trusting in that divine nudge to close the reading off here. See, they don't even like that. It's not close. That the reading is completed. It is at its completion, the fullness of the reading. It is full. It is abundant. It is juicy. It is ripe. It is ready for you to digest all of this beautiful information. Do you feel me? So thank you so much. The appreciation I have for the group of souls who clicked on this pile and for everyone who clicked on this reading, because you allowed this information to come through. And it was beautiful and enlightening for me to be in as a reader, and for everybody else who will ever find this information. Thank you for being open to this reading, to this group and pile. I am in love with this energy. So, oh, wrapping you in a big energetic hug. Sending you everything telepathically. I'm receiving everything telepathically because right now my comments are closed, because that is my guidance from my team, but I can feel you energetically. So don't feel like you have to hold back or you can't send whatever you want to say to me. You can say it all energetically and I will receive it in that manner. So thank you so much. This thank you is not the big enough words that I can find. So I'm just sending you the feelings. I'm sending you the feelings. If you are going to another group, then I will see you there shortly. And if not, then it will be in another reading on another day. Bye. Beautiful pile 2. I'm on a high from pile 1's reading. It was glorious. Glorious. You have messenger, serious energy, bringing harmony and balance, and that little rose quartz pyramid. So what will this new earth that is emerging within you, and so reflected on the exterior world, look like? We want the higher frequencies to bless us with a beautiful description, a little insight, a little sneak peek, and also find out what your role in that will be and what, if anything, you can do to allow it to emerge. Yes, let's read from the guidebook to start with your messenger card. Open right to it, y'all. Whew, okay, group 2. You are part of a lineage of souls who have dedicated their lifetimes to the upliftment of the planet. Does that sound right for you? Because I feel like that sounds right on for you. To return time and time again to seed the light, the crystalline ones, the ones who are here to plant the sacredness of life back in, to honor both the sacred feminine and masculine, to usher deep reverence back in. Many ascended masters are thought to have been connected to the energy of Sirius. Often appearing as a shade of blue, they hold the frequency of pure love and are here to help the masculine and feminine exist in harmony, to ensure greater balance, to help us see that we're all connected and that the masculine and feminine energies exist within all of us. You're being called to bring about this balance and harmony between the masculine and feminine, to be a guardian of harmony and balance on earth, Think of the whales traveling around the globe, sharing love through their healing vibrational song. Their unique notes send balance and harmony to every corner of the planet. So this could have to do with frequency in terms of song. If you're an artist or a singer or something, or you chant, or you play a musical instrument, just one part of it. A rebalancing of the masculine and feminine is occurring worldwide. It's a resurgence of the sacred within us all, a returning of the sacred union within, a rekindling of heaven and earth. You can begin to bring harmony and balance by creating it in your own life. The ripples will flow out from there. You can honor and balance the sacred masculine and feminine energies within yourself and others. And the inquiry is, how are you being called to bring your harmony to your life or the planet? How are you being called to honor the sacred masculine and feminine within you? I didn't realize that that card had so much to do with balancing the masculine and feminine energies. So I learned something new. Okay. Oh, let's take a deep breath, because hang on. The wild ride that we had in Pile 1, if it's anything like that, I gotta call the energy in. I was dancing after. I was like, dun, 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 dun. Like, I have never felt so good in my life tuning into that energy. So I am certain that we will have another experience similar here. So let's begin. First, we're going to ask the higher frequencies to show us some descriptors of what this new earth emerging will feel like and be experienced or be described as in your world and in your experience. For group 2, please, who resonated with Messenger, show us the new earth they are calling forward. This one popped into my hand, and this one's popping out also. Let's go with those two. Card 38 up first. The collective field will impact you. Unseen forces in action. You have to relinquish control of any situation that feels blocked. Okay. And card 17. Trust your faith. Dive into the unfolding journey. What is your faith asking of you? Okay, so the new earth for you is you're going to be 1 foot on each side of this world. The collective field impacting unseen forces in action. I'm sure you already feel that. That's why we're doing this reading. So how can you relinquish control of any situation that feels blocked? And then trusting your faith in this unfolding journey. This new earth is going to unfold for you in a way of you feeling you're going to be the balance bringer. You are going to find because what's going to happen is people are going to ascend and others won't, right? Some consciousness will raise and some won't. It's personal free will and choice, and everyone's on their own path. You are going to be one of the people, they're showing me a shepherd, who kind of helps those on the vibrational fence find their own path, find their way, find the practical ways to help them ascend. You will basically be in 2 worlds, is what they're saying. Your new earth for a time period will feel like you're in 2 worlds. You will have 1 foot in the old world, essentially, with that level of consciousness. You will feel comfortable there. You must be comfortable with the shadows. My guess would be you've lived a hard life. So you know how to step into darker energies, shadow energies, into the darkness, moon energy, like basically feminine energies. The sacred feminine can be represented by the moon, which is the unknown, the unseen, as opposed to the sun, which is very clear, it's very bright, everything's illuminated. So if you see the old world, let's just call it the moon, and the new world as the sun, of course, both will be in both. It's just for purposes of this explanation that they're showing me. Your new world will be you walking that line with 1 foot on either side. And you can fully go into either fully as you need and come back out. You're basically, it's almost like there's going to be a veil in between, which there essentially is. The veil is the level of consciousness, and you're going to be like a guide. You're an earth guide. And you're going to, oh yeah, see how even your card, they just show me, oh yeah, and see how this figure is walking. I haven't really looked at the cards yet. You're going to walk alongside people briefly and see how there's the hands are holding the two things. There's a hand out on each. We're going to get more into what your new world will look like, but your new world will be two worlds, and you'll be a guide helping to literally bridge people who are reaching for the new earth but maybe don't know how to get there, maybe aren't as further along on their path, maybe don't know how to hear their intuition, don't understand spiritual work yet. You're going to they're almost showing me like in the Underground Railroad era. I don't know if that's called an era, but at the time where there was the Underground Railroad, there was guides who were like by word of mouth, right? You could find people and they would help you travel and make your way to this freedom, essentially, is my understanding. I'm not like super familiar with that, but that's what they're showing me. And there was people who knew the way. You're one who knows the way, and you're one who is fearless. You're not afraid to travel back and forth between the two worlds for whatever period of time that you need to assist whoever is asking for assistance. Basically, they're showing me. Wow, I didn't expect that. That's very different from pile one, so I didn't expect that. But I love that. Okay, so what else about this new world can you describe that will be pile two's experience? Yeah, you're very highly sensitive because they're showing me the collective field is impacting you again. Your role is to, because we're going to get to your role later, but it's coming up now. Your role in this is you will be figuring out how to use that sensitivity as a strength. And we might get to that in this reading. Okay, soul family, call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. Okay, your new earth, you find your people. You finally find your flipping tribe. I don't know why this has been so difficult for a lot of us in the spiritual community. A lot of us, I think, feel isolated, especially those who were pioneers in this. I can see how you may feel very like isolated. The new earth is you find your people. Look at these two like head to head. Oh, there's the two whales that they talked about, and there's also dolphins. You don't have to do it alone. You will have so much support. You will have even like maybe a team of people that you work with. This could actually be like this could be like your actual career in the new earth. This could be an actual job, like earth guide, like helping people transition from the old world to the new world. That actually makes so much sense. So many of the things that my guides are projecting to me, once I say them, they're making so much sense. Someone should do that. Like a spiritual earth guide for if you're having trouble with the transition, if you want to leave the fear-based and move to the love-based, but you don't know how. You would be someone who, this is only if you want to. I'm just showing you possible timelines. You don't have to feel like this is my career, I have to do this. Absolutely not. This can just be giving you a little snippet into something. You could possibly do this just through your interactions with other humans, strangers on the street, friends, family. Like this doesn't have to be in any sort of structured way. They're just showing me that for some of you it will be. You may do that already. Wow. Okay. What else? What else? I'm loving this. Yeah, they're also highlighting the card 17 was the trust your faith, dive into the unfolding journey. I feel like the new world for you will be very faith led. You will start to rely a lot more on the unseen, on the mystical, on the esoteric. You won't feel so much a need for evidence in this new world. You will be led by your intuition. You will be led by your gut feeling, by your heart space. And so you will just know when a conversation needs to happen, when a situation is in your life for a certain purpose. You will know if someone is for you and know if a conversation is for you. You will trust in whatever you root your faith in, whether that's creation, spirituality, the universe, a specific religion, all of the above, none of the above. You will just have your own stable sense of beliefs and knowing, and you would have to be rooted in that, because you will have to rely on your spiritual strength, because someone who has a foot in both worlds, that will test your faith. That will test your faith. You may be experiencing that now, right? So it's saying trust your faith. Dive into this unfolding journey. That's so weird. I felt something wet. I still feel it. That's so weird. My body, if you're new here, I get physical sensations. I channel deeply in my physical avatar. So I felt a very cold, almost wet, like as if like a cold chain, like a necklace went on my right of my neck. So if that's you, if you had just water drop there or like ice or something there, or you put a necklace on, then something is here, because I just tuned really deeply into your space. For pile 2, tell us more about this world, the new earth. Okay, so the new, I love this. Ooh, I love this. I love this. I love this for you. Okay, Whispers of Mother Earth, you got creativity, ideas, inspiration, artists, writers, channels, like I said, singers. You guys will be deeply creative, and the new earth will be deeply creative. You also got come to me, attracting like a rose, receive abundance desires. Okay. Those are two beautiful cards. So let's get to this one first. Your new earth that you will experience in your inner world and will reflect on your outer world is an increased relationship with your creative side. You will start to process emotions, process what you're seeing, especially as you're going through both worlds, through creativity. It will become your go-to self-regulating technique. Something is on your heart bothering you, you're going to write a song. Something you're having trouble processing or coming to terms with, you're going to write a poem. Something that you feel so deeply that you want to share with humanity, you paint it in a picture, you write it in a book, you sing it in a song, you channel it through a video. You want to express love, you're going to cook a beautiful meal. You're going to write a love letter to somebody. Your way of expressing in this new world is so multifaceted and rich in creativity. You will be a pioneer on so many things. New things will be created, from technologies to food-based things to new sciences to new ways of creative expression. Like, I'm seeing somebody making art. You may already do this with earth, like on a large scale, so it can be taken like a picture from the sky, like almost like Stonehenge. I'm not sure if that was meant to be art or like a sacred, ritual type thing. I have not looked into that. Maybe but I'm seeing like sticks and flowers, like in a certain, like almost looking like a mandala, like concentric circles and repeating patterns and like this starburst kind of designs, but it's all made with Mother Earth, like in a sustainable way, like not necessarily cutting things down or anything like that, like collecting things. And it's just like new things like this, like that. Maybe that's not new. I've never seen that, but maybe you already do that. That's why I'm seeing that. New ways to eat food, new ways to garden and make things sustainable. Like, the creativity is endless. Creativity does not have to just be drawing a picture, singing a song, even though those are the examples that I gave. But creativity is like like it's in anything. Like literally, you can be creative with the way you speak. Like you may be like, this is a new way of speaking where the words are full of life. This is a new way of speaking that's magical. This is a new way of expressing. It's with your body. This is a new way of communicating. You may get into like telepathy came up in pile one. Maybe new ways of communicating. Maybe like, you know how like in different decades, different like dances come out? Like there was like the stomp kind of era where it was like, you do like the clappy things with your feet and stuff, and it's really cool. And then like other people, I can't remember what the other ones were, but I remember growing up there was all these different kind of like creative like expressions, things like this, like to connect. It's so untapped, a lot of things in terms of creativity. You're going to just take a lot of things to a new level. And so it's like as you spend time when you okay, so you will see it as like your life's work or purpose to engage kind of in the moon energies, right? Like maybe you have, like I said, you have a work practice or that's what you do. And that then when you go into your new earth, like in the privacy of your own home, and whenever you're kind of like shifting into that timeline, that will be majority where you dwell. But you will still traverse, they're saying, over into that realm for purposes of being a guide. When you're in the new earth side, the sun energy side, you will, even though both sides have sun and moon, I just hope you understand what I'm saying, the light and the dark. You will, part of your role, you will be creating these, you will be creating, period. You will be like spending so much time and, well, there's no, probably not very much time, but you will be investing a lot of your focus and your intention towards the creation and the kind of expansion of a lot of areas in the world, whether it's food related, science related, technology related, like I said, music, arts, the traditional arts, things like this. Also, channel is on there, so you may be heavily activating your channeling abilities. Okay, the second part of this new earth, my friends, is you will be attracting like a rose. You will be receiving like you've never received. But in this new earth, I'm telling you, I'm sure I don't need to tell you this. If you're here, I'm sure I don't need to tell you this. You will already be on this same frequency. Everything will shift, right? What you maybe were attracted to or thought you wanted and had of desires in terms of more 3D, like typical things. You know what I mean? Even though we may interact with it for our life, the abundance is in personal satisfaction, and the abundance is in life experience, and the abundance is in state of being and the way that you experience your life. You will enter an era in this new earth where you want it, you get it. You want it, you get it. But it's not like you're like, I want that bag, I want that. It's not like that. It's like you almost want for nothing. Your life will just be. It will just be. It will just be divine, a sacred divine expression of your true soul's heart and essence. It will feel safe. It will feel warm. It will feel cozy. It will feel pleasurable. It will feel enjoyable. It will feel deeply satisfying and on purpose for you. You will wake up, know exactly what you want to do, know exactly what you feel called to do. You will go and do that, and you will feel deep fulfillment and satisfaction. And then you will, after being in that sun energy of doing and actioning, you will shift right into your feminine, receiving, nurturing, creating harmony, connecting, relations, having friends and family, your soul tribe, connecting with your soul tribe, gathering, enjoying life. A lot of sensuality, tuning into your senses and just enjoying your life. You will want for nothing, is basically what they're saying. If there's something on your mind, if you're like, you know what, I would like a romantic partner, boom, person arrives the next day, because your alignment will be so crisp, is what they're saying. You will be so aligned in this new earth, in your purpose and in your understanding. You will be an absolute master at balancing energies, and one who is a master at balancing energies is a master at alignment, which means that your receiving attraction point is super high, fast, and frequent, which means if you lay eyes on it, it's going to be in your experience essentially momentarily, if it's a true desire from your heart. Wow. Let me take a breath, because I can feel this in my back body. It's like it's an excitement and an anticipation. Like I almost want to jump up, do some jumping jacks. So that energy is just kind of sprung in me a little bit. So let me just breathe some more fluidity back into me. Whew, that was wild. Your new earth and your role got very it was very interconnected. Pile one, it was like we talked about the new earth, then we talked about your role. Yours is happening all at once, so we're just going to continue to go with that flow. So please continue to tell us more about this new earth emerging for group 2, please, that they will experience in their lifetime, within and without of their experience, in their inner world and their outer world. For group, whoa, those are almost fall off the table, but I caught them. Group 2. First you have, the rainbow. Sweet relief, new beginnings, a new way forward. Beautiful. Then you got gentle force. Yeah, that's so your energy. Persistence, consistency, patience, the long game. You would have to be a gentle, persistent, consistent force to be a guide in both worlds. You could not be like, all right, I'm done with you. You guys are taking too long. You guys are stubborn. You're not seeing what you guys will not be like that. And you got the water oracle. Ooh, I've never got this, so I'm going to read it. Psychic abilities, acting on visions, it's destined. Where can I squeeze this in? Okay, let's get into this. What else? Show me the strongest messages to focus on for group 2. You guys might be from pile 1, because there was a heavy water energy there, and this is almost like a continuation of group 1. Let's read the water oracle. I love when I get a card that I have not received before. Oh, I thought it was going to be right there. Dry. Okay. Okay. Water has long been associated with the feminine with the feminine mystical arts, with seers, oracles, and psychics using it to receive visions of the present and future. Scrying is a mystical practice that's been used since ancient times all over the world, so you may already scry. It's the art of gazing into something with a reflective surface, including water, to detect messages or visions. The earliest documentation of scrying reaches back to ancient Babylonia. It's believed that the scryer would add oil or flour to a bowl of water and then read the resulting mixture to help receive helpful visions. This divination practice is referred to as lichanomancy. It's a form of hydromancy. Lichanomancy? Sorry if I'm pronouncing those wrong. I've never seen those two words before. When the water oracle appears before you, it's a sign that something is destined. Written in the stars. Serious energy. Maybe you're living with a question at the moment, or perhaps you've received unexpected guidance to make a change in your life, but you're unsure whether it's your head or your heart talking. The water oracle delivers a message. Trust your intuition and the messages and visions you've been receiving. Okay, I feel like that's very strong for somebody. It's a card of confirmation and encouragement to act on your vision, embody your intuition. It can also be a sign that your psychic and intuitive abilities are growing stronger, that you have the gift of clear vision and are being encouraged to work on this craft more deeply. And the affirmation is, I trust my intuition and I act on it with confidence. So if you are not already in tune with your psychic abilities, that's definitely awakening within you. That could be why you got the collective field is impacting you, unseen forces in action. Sometimes your psychic abilities awaken because you realize you're deeply highly sensitive and your energy is being disturbed, and you're like, you almost have to like get control over it in a way and start to like activate it, or else it like influences you. Does that make sense? The psychic field. Okay, what else here? Yeah, this rainbow card, a new way forward, that's basically the message for your reading. That's what it could be called. You guys will be the rainbow. You actually might call like your business that or something, or you might get like a rainbow tattoo. I saw a different tattoo about one. You may I'm seeing a lot of tattoo there. Like you're the bridge from one world to the other, like this rainbow bridge. Like you help travelers in their level of consciousness ascend to a higher frequency, which results in their experience of the world to be completely different and improved. It results in a timeline shift. That's really beautiful. I don't know how I didn't consider that before, that there would need to be guides to transverse both through the world to the worlds. Yeah, and you have messenger. So now you may do that through messages. Like you may start to channel, and you may start to channel, and you may start a channel. You may start a YouTube channel. You may start to be on a platform. You may write a book. You may start just sharing your gifts and your visions. You may hold classes or workshops. You may be an oracle in the park, just speaking, and people come to listen. You will, in some capacity, be in the role of messenger. That's who your heart, that's who your soul is. Your soul is one who says, I have a message, and it delivers it. It could be to an individual. You could be someone who goes into public places and psychically, intuitively knows this person needs help, needs to hear this, needs some support, needs a way, needs just a smile. You could do this now, but in this new earth, it will increase and become more prevalent. It will become more obvious that that's your role and that that's what your soul came here to do, because you'll derive deep satisfaction. It will become one of your passions and you won't feel like you have to save people. It's not that. It will be that you want to provide an avenue. Literally, like they keep showing me the Underground Railroad. I wish I knew more about that. But you will provide a venue, an avenue, a safe way to traverse the worlds, whether it's teaching about meditation, whether it's teaching about different healing modalities, whether it's teaching about different trauma release systems, whether it's teaching about frequency and teaching how to raise your vibration, teaching how to visualize, how to manifest. There's so many components, right, that come up with shifting your state of being. It could be teaching about silence, about heart coherence. There's like multiple ways. It could be a bunch of those things. Maybe you put together like a kind of a course or some sort of like framework for people. It could be individual based on kind of where they're at. It could be more just like mass, like typically this works for everybody type thing, and then adjust it to them, where it's like if you want to shift from fear to love, this is how it looks in terms of practicality, because sometimes it's very challenging to understand how to get from one camp into another camp, especially if you don't have the luxury of time. Like, for example, my own personal spiritual journey, that unfolded over the past 25 years. uh, so if the person doesn't want to take 25 years, or they want to fast track it and because they're in extreme discomfort, anxiety, pain, things like this, fear, and they're asking for help. This is not something that you would put on somebody or force. You would have way more discernment than that. I don't even need to say that. This is something that someone would seek you out and say, please teach me what you know. Please help me to get there. What can you show me? What do you do? And you will be a living example, but I also feel like you will be an actual messenger. Well, you will either communicate psychic visions or insights about the person, if they're asking, like providing readings or channeled or downloads or prophecies or whatever, or you will provide some sort of framework, or it might be both, where you say, like, this is a course, I can offer you this, or this is how I did it, or this is what worked for me, or these are the tools that I used, or these are the spiritual teachers that helped me. For some, I'm just seeing like a resource library that you will be for individuals. Like I'm seeing, they're showing me someone going to a library, souls who are like, I want help transversing this rainbow bridge. I want this new way forward. Show me what you know, and you're like the librarian directing them, but it's intuitively based. Like you're like, for you, my friend, I see this teacher could work. Do you resonate with this? And then someone else comes in, you say, for you, my friend, I see this therapy modality could work. Do you resonate with this? Because it will have to be working with that soul, right? Like you would never suggest something that they didn't resonate with. That they will have to activate on some level their own intuition and resonance, but they might not be there yet. So you may be the one to kind of suggest and offer, gently encourage things until they're ready. Wow, that is so cool. And as this gentle force card shows, you will be so patient, and your soul is one of those who is steady. You may be an earth. You may be earth signs. Like I'm seeing Capricorn energy, where like Taurus energy, where like you can't, if the person, is like, I can't do this, I can't stand this, and they freak out on you, and your head's buried in the sand, your head's up in the mist, you crazy airy fairy, woo-hoo, boo-hoo, wow, what is it people say? Woo-woo. Like, get a reality check, blah, 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 blah. You would feel not moved. You would understand the fear that pain and attack is coming from. You may limit yourself. It's not like you're going to leave yourself open to like attack, but I'm just saying you would be one who then, when the person comes and says, I'm so deeply sorry, my fear got the better of me, and I do want to make this transition to a higher frequency. Like, I really want this. I feel my soul is calling me. You'll be like, all right, let's go again. Let's try. Let's see what else works. You wouldn't be like, how dare you, like, don't talk to me. I'm done with you. You didn't take my advice, so now go away. Like, I don't see that. You're a gentle force. This would be persistence, patience, making effect the long game. This could be like decades of you having a gentle, persistent presence in that field, acting as a bridge, acting as a guide, and more find you and more come to you, and you kind of lead this legacy. It's really, really beautiful. I've never seen a vision like that before. Wow. Well, that is the completion of this reading. My guides brought it to a close. They just want to encourage you, because this is like no small task. This is definitely like that shepherd. Like, you're gonna chase after some lost sheep. Not even chase. You're just gonna stand there until they see you, waiting for them. It's kind of like in this, you may already be in therapy, like be a therapist in that field. It's giving that kind of, or any sort of healing modality where people come to you for help, basically. It's really, really beautiful, and that's not any soul that can do that. It definitely takes a patient, compassionate soul. So that's really, really beautiful. And again, you don't have to take any of this if this doesn't sound like something you your cup of tea. You do not have to claim any of this. This is just exploring different timelines, and different energies that will be activating and kind of budding up in this new world. And this is one that is presenting. If it doesn't resonate for you, no worries at all. If it does, then you will know that this calls to you and this lights you up, then that's definitely for you. Either way, thank you so much for being here and allowing me to bring this message forth. If you did feel called to another group, then I will see you there shortly. And if not, I will see you in another reading on another day. Bye. Hello, group threes with the card. Lightworker Starseed, serve the world by being you. Let's find out all about what the higher frequencies can tell us about this new earth emerging within you, which would then be reflected in your outer world. Let's begin, and also what your role will be in that. Let's begin with reading from the guidebook for double mission. This reads, Lightworker starseeds are mission and purpose oriented. Many have the feeling that time's running out and there's something they came here to do, create, or contribute. They're here to grow as souls individually. That's your individual mission. But you're also here to contribute to the planet in some action-oriented way. That's the collective mission. Collective mission is often answered through a career calling or by devoting their life to something bigger. Until they remember their collective mission, it can feel as if something's missing or they're forgetting something important. It's common for lightworker starseeds to feel like they're different, and they may carry soul memories of being visible or sharing their voice. As such, they may protect themselves by dimming their light in order to fit in, or by spending time in some sort of closet, such as a spiritual closet. If you pull this card, you're being called to remember your collective mission and step into it more fully. You're being reminded that your role as a light worker is to light up the world with your presence. This doesn't have to be a great big thing or a decision you need to make. You also don't need to have a great big plan. If you resonate with being a light worker, all you need to do is work out what lights you up, your passions and joys, and keep doing that. When you trust and follow the simple path of things that light you up and then lose yourself in the doing, you'll light up the world without even trying. How can you serve the world? By being you. Whew, I love that. Okay, sorry, I just breathed into my heart space there for a second. So higher frequencies, can you please describe to us the new world emerging in Pile 3's reality? A new earth, and also what their role is in that, or what they can do to help support that or make it more real in their reality. For group 3, show us the qualities of the new earth, different things that they'll experience. Ooh, this one didn't want to go back in. So for you, I'm hearing light, light, light. That one. Okay. You got oneness is the way. Look at this light and the angel wings. How can you show more compassion and acceptance? Okay, so the new earth will be all about compassion and acceptance. And you are the joy seeker. Yeah, what little victories can you celebrate? That's card 4 and 42. This is your new earth. Will be a large part of it following your bliss, experiencing joy, and also cultivating and demonstrating this sense of pure, I want to say acceptance, but acceptance is not the word. Just pure oneness. It's pure unity consciousness that regardless of anything, any difference, the differences are celebrated. The uniqueness is embraced and celebrated. It's seen as, diversity is seen as pure magic. It's seen as expansion. It's seen as fullness and abundance of life. That's what this new earth you're going to be experiencing is. For some reason, I'm seeing you now kind of like, I'm seeing you like hiding under a bushel a little bit, or maybe you did in previous timelines in your life. I see you bursting out of that, like this figure here, hands open wide, arms open wide, face to the sky, your wings open wide. I see you just being you. This new world, you, not only do you get to be you, you discover you. I have to do something. Sorry, I had my hair up and I felt so strongly to like let my hair down and shake it out. I feel like that's your energy. Like you feel very pinned, buttoned up. Right now you may be living like an identity, or you this I get this might have been a, like I said, a previous timeline. You may not be, you may have come out of that already. It depends on where you are on the spectrum here of just self-discovery. Your new earth, you, yeah, like I'm seeing Joseph's amazing Technicolor dream coat, like this tapestry of just variation and diversity within you, but within your community. And it's just so beautiful and it's so celebrated and it's so explored, and you, it's like people feed off each other's ideas and they're like, oh, I never thought of doing that. Oh my god, I love how you did your hair. I can't believe I read that book you wrote. The way that you garden, the way that you made this food, I love the way you walk, the way you speak is so unique. It's just like, it's, everybody is falling in love over and over and over and over with everyone's unique, diverse souls and souls expression, and the expansion that comes from that. It's so open, it's like a doors bursting open and the sun coming out. Like, do you know how much expansion there is in society, in a society and in each individual, when that is embraced, and like people are actively curiously interested in other, what other people have to say and their opinions and their creative endeavors and the way that they conduct their self and their energy. It's like, because then you explore that and then that bursts something open in you and then you build on that and then you get, it's like a, they're showing me a Lego tower that never ends. Like everyone just keeps adding onto it. Oh, I love what you did here. I'm going to create this over here. Oh, you gave me an idea here. What if we add that? What if we, like, the actual harmony is mind blowing that they're showing me. Let's get more cards. Because this went like real big, real fast. Yeah, this palm you chose, the selenite palm, this open palm, it's this harmony, it's this acceptance, it's this allowing, it's beautiful. The energy in this new earth. And this will be within you. You will feel this about yourself. You will follow every path that your soul leads you on. You want to try your hair this way? You try it. You have a different makeup idea? You try it. You decide, I don't want to wear makeup? You try it. You decide you want to eat a different way? You try it. You will try and explore your own soul's unique essence, and you will feel so comfortable and confident in standing on that. You won't feel that you need to hide yourself in this new earth. You won't feel you need to conform. You won't feel you need other people's approval or validation. You won't feel anxious if someone doesn't like what you did or said or offered. You will feel this beautiful, pure alignment and resonance with your own self, that you're like impenetrable to other people's opinions. Like you really could care less. It's so empowering. Wow, that one came out real fast. It's so beautiful and empowering. And the more that that builds, the more your life becomes focused on seeking joy, because you realize that the brighter you shine your light of authenticity, the higher you raise the frequency of the planet collectively. As more and more people do this, it's like pure, it's pure light. It's pure expression. It's pure soul expression shining through. And that alignment just cannot be diminished. Like it cannot be, it's so pure that the frequency of you holding that pure alignment with your own soul's desires, it just keeps raising the frequency and holding it steady. It actually holds it and it anchors it in. You got, oh, I don't think I've ever got this card. Lineage of the Rose. Moved by the goddess, here for this soul call gather. I'm reading that because I don't think I ever got that. I thought I got every card in this deck. I've had this deck for a number of years. Lineage of the Rose. It's so strange when you can do a pile and their energy calls forth. Yeah, see? Your energy calls for something that I haven't experienced before. Oh, listen to the hills, how relevant this is. These times, these changing, divisive times, your soul chose to be here right now for this. You're part of a collective team led by the goddess, by the mother of us all, to reweave the thread of the rose back into the tapestry of humanity. Single snap for that. To make spaces where all people feel cherished and safe. I love it when everything we've been talking about comes out in the next card. Hallelujah. Sorry. To heal and feel, to heal and be healed from the destructive patterns of the patriarchy, to be part of the return of the goddess to the earth. My friend, if you've been doubting your path, you're being called to look within and trust the whispers and weavings from caverns deep. The way of the mystic rose is walked by few and known by heart, not mind. Try not to overthink, rather trust the threads that are woven deep. This card contains within it a confirmation of the inner call and a reassurance that you are not alone in it. The mother of us all thanks you for being part of these changing times for humanity. She acknowledges your devotion to doing your best to support yourself and others in the journey back home to themselves. Oh, I see your role so clearly. To each other and to the earth. She wants you to know that she is available to guide you every step of the way. Speak, sing, and dance with her. You are led, you are led, you are led. And the inquiry is, how are you being called to commit more deeply to humanity and the earth, but to yourself, I would add. That's wild. This is literally about you leading the call of coming back to yourself with a fierceness and an unapologeticness. This is the pile. This is where the individuality comes back into the earth. This is the pile of, I'm not afraid. What am I hearing? Let them walk together. I'm hearing this song. I'm not afraid. Maybe you know what song that is. We need this in the new earth. Whew, we've been struggling with this. This has been all but disappearing. There has been like a movement in the like recent, I would say 5 years, of this individuality and soul expression coming back, where you see people really starting to express themselves through dress and through their own unique opinions and thoughts and the way that they kind of move in the world, but it's still not through all levels of humanity. I would say there's certainly generationally, this would be a foreign concept, depending on when not for everybody, but there's certain generations that hold a more rigid view of how they should conduct themselves. But even within that, you see the leaders. You see them, like, because I can even see them. I'm not on social media. The most I have is YouTube, but I even see them sometimes on YouTube Shorts, like beautiful people just kind of coming out and saying like, hey, don't let someone tell you how to dress. Don't let someone tell you, who you need to be. Don't let someone tell you, like, don't let society, don't let the patriarchy, don't let the dysfunctional, distorted constructs let you be anyone, try to pressure you to be anyone other than who you really are. But your mission is to figure out who that is and how that expresses and how that changes. And you allow that to change because who you are is ever changing. That's part of the beauty and the magic of it. You're never going to settle down and lock in on one expression of yourself. The expression is you. It's the ever changing nature of your soul expression. That is your soul's expression, if that makes sense. That's a tongue twister if I heard one. Like, you may be like, oh, I'm big into spirituality this month, and then I'm into science, the next month, and then the next year I'm into the arts, and the next year I'm into dance, and then I'm into cooking. Or it may be something steady through all and just different variations. You may be very deep into meditation, and then it changes to Tai Chi, and then you're more about sitting in the light with Mother Nature, and then you realize, like, it's an actual journey. It's not like a landing on one thing and staying forever on it. I think humanity as a whole in this new earth, my guides are showing, are going to get more comfortable with that concept. That this whole like do one thing and stick with it, that was never the way. The whole like finish what you started thing will be thrown out because the soul is meant to explore and discover itself. And the soul has its own intelligence. It knows when its path is done with something, when it's no longer needed. It may come back to that. It may circle around to that. A lot of things are cyclical. You may get off of something and then get back onto it at another point in the year. People will start to discover their cycles in this new earth. They will start to become really cyclical. A lot of circular things. I'm eating this way for winter and then I shift into summer. My meditation is this during this phase, and then when I feel like this, it shifts to more movement. My spiritual work is this. Like they keep showing me circles, concentric circles, and you slowly or quickly move through these cycles, and that those gears that shift altogether is the fullest expression of who you are. It's not a linear thing. It's not a location that you can find and nail down and stick to that version of you. It's always going to be shifting, and the circles will always be shifting what they are to different things, because the circles will always expand. You may be like, oh, I finally found the thing. I found the spiritual teacher. And then all of a sudden, a couple months later, you're like, I feel like I've grown out of this. But I felt like it was the thing. That's the nature of the soul. And more, it's constant evolution and expansion. It doesn't mean you're constantly dropping things. It's an integration of the things. It's a building on top of the things. It's the inclusion of all of the things. Is really beautiful. And that's this new earth. You are going to be a huge part of leading that call, of giving people permission to be themselves. Now I have to put these cards down because they're channeling so much is coming through the channel. So a big part of this will be really tuning into your physical body, like how you want to move, how you want to sit, how you want to flow. Like you may throw out traditional movement practices, but I don't think anything probably needs to be thrown out. Maybe. Anyway, their words, not mine. But certain things that you may just expand beyond them. You may be like, I don't need a rigid routine of lifting this certain weight. My movement practice is this flow. I stand in the room or I stand outside under the sun and I tune deeply into my body, and every day it's different. Sometimes it's this, sometimes it's that, sometimes it's more effort, sometimes it's less effort, sometimes it's smoother, sometimes it's more powerful. For example, like they're just showing me that you will be not needing logic anymore. You don't need anyone's permission. You will no longer say, okay, I want to get healthier. Let me go research. Your research will go internal first. The new world within you awakening that you'll be seeing other people doing also on your external world and your community is more people tuning into the wisdom of their body and their own intuitive knowings and downloads for everything. There will be less seeking external advice. Like if someone says, oh, I think I'm feeling a little bit out of balance in my avatar, they won't immediately go to social media and start searching foods and diets and ways to all of that will be completely obsolete. There will still be leaders and people who say, hey, this worked for me. But that will be for those who are in alignment with that information. Does that make sense? Like which is how it is now, but it's a lot more fabricated now, because the people who are looking for that information or finding it are not necessarily in tune with their intuition, and they're not finding that because they're in alignment with it. They're finding it because they're seeking something else and they're trying to force an action, right? And that's why it doesn't go anywhere and it's not sustainable. And a lot of people end up frustrated. There will be so much less frustration and feeling of failing in this new world because people will immediately be led by their inner instinct, and their body and their inner downloads from the higher realms will immediately tell them what they need to achieve whatever their desire is. If they want to rebalance their body, if they're feeling a little stiff, if they wanted this, if they wanted that, if they want more vitality, whatever it is. There will be less, like if they feel like I want to express in a different way, they won't go to Pinterest and start looking up different aesthetics. They will tune in and say, what do I feel like wearing red today? I feel like mixing different colors today. I feel like working with fabrics today. I feel like expressing through my physical avatar in this way, doing my hair this way. I feel like adorning my body in this way. I feel like creating something to wear and to express. It will be so much less external. People will almost, those platforms will almost become obsolete. Like, as will this platform. There will be a time where you won't need tarot readings. You won't even be drawn to them because, like, that's not even why you're drawn to this now. They're very important now. I'm not just saying that because I'm giving you this message, but they have a place now because people aren't. Not everybody is internally focused, and those who are internally focused, probably like yourself, who have strong inner worlds, we need the resonance right now. We need the markers, the guideposts, but we will reach a state where we're so naturally in tune with our inner world that we really won't look for any sort of external guidance. Really, it'll be more for interest points, like, oh, I love how you did that. I love how you'll be wanting to explore it. It will be in a different format with a different intention, if that makes sense. But there certainly won't be as much. It will be more sharing and less guiding. Like, my video might change from, this to like, guys, I had this amazing idea I wanted to share with you, and then people who are resonant on that will find that information and explore it for interest's sake. It'll be more that you'll be sharing an aesthetic to share the aesthetic, for further expression of yourself. It won't be like, oh, let me look up this aesthetic because this is how we should all look right now. I hope I'm making sense. I think I'm making sense. Okay, what else can you tell me about pile 3, the new world emerging? Yeah, they said you definitely won't question yourself. They're like, oh, you're making sense. You definitely won't question yourself in the new earth. You may question yourself now. Like I said, I do feel like some of you feel like you can't be yourself right now, or you're not even sure how to express or what lights you up. I feel like some of you were born into very like rigid paradigms, and you're going to be bursting out of these paradigms in this new earth. I don't know what the timeline is. I have no idea. This could be one day. This could be 5 years. It's up to the individual when you shift onto the timeline. And it will look exactly how you want it to look. This is just a snapshot of one possibility. And you take what resonates only. You don't have to take anything that's not for you. Oh, play. Okay. I knew this card was going to come out. They showed me this card, so I knew it was going to come out. And I was actually going to start in the intro and say, someone's going to get that play card, but I forgot to say it. But here it is. The play card. Have fun. Celebrate. Don't be so serious. So don't be so serious if you're from Sirius. Have fun, celebrate. Okay, this, and then you are the joy seeker. It's like you almost feel like it's too decadent. What could be more on point than coming here to explore and celebrate joy and have fun? What could be more like inner child, your soul? Why else would it come? Yes, of course. Oh, I came for growth. Some souls came for joy. Some souls came for joy and growth. But some souls came for joy. My soul came for joy. I'm kidding. My soul lived for growth. But the fun and the joy and the pleasure are severely underactivated in the old paradigm. Severely dehydrated on joy and fun. And you don't need me to tell you that. You know the emphatic that's coming through from the higher realms. Severely dehydrated, they said, on fun and joy. And your role is going to be bringing that in. You may actually open up fun places. Like I always had this dream. You can take my idea because I don't think it's actually on my path. It might be, but you can take my idea because we can open up, you have permission. We can open up a lot of these adult playgrounds. Like, why has someone done this? Like, I have not seen an adult. I am obsessed with a playground. Have you been to a kid's playground? The swings the slides, the zip lines. Like I know they must exist, kind of like an American Ninja Warrior playground, but easy mode. For pure fun, but like everything's kid sized, and like I can't fit in the swing, or like I can, but and like the zip line, I'm touching the ground, like an adult playground where like it's kids can go too, but it's for everybody. It's, adult size. So, and you just go play. Like, does that sound like the best idea you've ever had? I've had this for some time. And honestly, if I had the funds, I would do it. So when I have the funds, I'll do that. But stuff like this, you're going to be a pioneer in fun. You may offer up like actual structured things like that, where it's like different ways or showcasing different things. I can't even think of, like, it's tough. We're severely dehydrated on fun when I can't think of what would be fun, because all I can think of is like things we have now, like bowling alleys and like movie theaters, but I'm talking like way more fun than that. Like I just like just fun spaces where there's just like fun things to do that like are engaging and explore your mind, where you just want to go to have fun. Like you literally just go there to have fun. Like you could be like, oh, Disney World or whatever, but like I didn't find Disney World that fun. Like no shade to Disney World, I just didn't have that. I was exhausted. It was a lot of walking. Okay. So I'm talking about things that you can just go and it's like it inspires you and it like lights you up and you physically can move and interact with things and it has like interest. I don't know, like you can look, one thing you look through kaleidoscopes and another thing or maybe it's like a bunch of activities that you can do. Like, I don't even know. That's what I'm saying. Like maybe because I can't even think of what would be fun. Obviously not everything's going to be fun to everyone, but things that we would all kind of consider typically fun. And you can like go to this playground and like play. It could be like a huge, stadium or something. Like we need fun camps because we have lost that. We have lost that ability and it needs to come back. Please, someone save the fun. Okay, what else for group 3? Is there anything else that you want to tell them? What card am I missing here? I feel like okay, so for pile 3, what else do you want to tell them about this new world? We've got a lot, so I'm sure that we're going to be drawing this beautiful reading to its natural resting point soon. Because for some of you, this is the 3rd group you've listened to. So my guides are assuring me that a lot of the information is moving throughout the reading. Like we're not missing anything. It's just starting in another group. Because there's a lot of information here. A lot of really beautiful information. So for group 3, let's hop right off. Okay, you got the sirens. Ooh, use your voice, expansion, freedom. Okay, not surprised you got that. And you got planetary wave. Ooh, I have to read this because I have not got this one either. You got 2 cards that I have never got. Planetary wave, soul mission, trust the inner call, soul team. This literally sounds like you. Let me grab that one first. And then we'll touch on the sirens card. Planetary wave. These two individuals look similar. Their eyes are both closed. Can you see that? Like this one looks like the ancestor of this one. Oh, and her eyes are closed too. Wait, all their eyes are closed. I'm just realizing hers are. I should say theirs are. It's just not in play. In play, she's very aware. Planetary wave. Oh, I just saw it. LMNOP. I have to do that for the alphabet. Does anyone else do that? Yeah, there's a lot of inner child energy here because I haven't done that since I was a kid. If I can't remember that, like where if M comes before P, I go LMNOP, and then I remember the order. Okay, your soul chose to come into this body on this planet at this moment in time. Isn't that exactly how your other card started? But it was from a completely different deck. You didn't come here on your own. You're part of a larger soul team. I love this because you got that soul call, gather. You guys are the fun team. You guys are the individuate, explore yourself, freedom of expression team. Sometimes it can feel as if it's just you in this thing all alone, but that couldn't be further from the truth. You're one droplet in a vast ocean of consciousness here to flow with life. You're being called to trust the current of your own river and to answer the call deep within. Take off the weight of responsibility that you need to travel this life on your own. Call in the ones who get you. Realize you are part of a larger team. You are but one thread in this great tapestry of life. Your mission is clear. You literally have the double mission card. Keep doing what you're called to do. You'll never know the full impact that your being here on this planet will have and is already having. So keep trusting that call deep within. The more you embrace who you truly are and surrender to and flow with the current you're being called to, the easier it will be for your people to find you. That's key. Like two rivers that meet, and remember that they're made of the same thing. You're not alone in your calling. And your affirmation says, I trust my inner calling and play my part in the greater plan. This is so cool. You guys are like the pioneers of bringing soul creative expression back in its own unique individuated way. And like it's literal like freedom of speech, freedom of dress, freedom of choice, freedom of play, freedom of being you. Like someone needs to bring this back, demonstrate it, and it might as well be y'all. I'm still in my Adam Sandler phase. I'm over here wearing my baggy clothes, trying to remember what my soul likes to wear. Because right now my soul is tired of dressing. I used to be in the fashion industry, so I've gone like complete pendulum swing the other direction. And then this Sirens card, use your voice, expansion, freedom. Yeah, that freedom. The Sirens are, it's like a mystical being. It's like the ones who stand out, the ones that call to you. It's almost like that, like if you're in the inner child dynamic, if your friend's playing, it's like that kid saying, come out and play. Can you come out and play? And you're going, no, I got to do my homework. Or they're going, no, I got to do my homework. And you're going, can you come play? I want to show you my new kite. Let's go to the park. They got a new slide. You know, you're the siren calling to them. Like, you know, kind of like, and your own inner being may feel like a siren to you because you may right now be both. You may be the kid saying, no, I got to do my homework. I got to go to school. And your inner being is the siren calling you saying, let your hair down. Let's have some fun. Let's go live a little. What do you really want to do? Like, what do you want to express? So you want to wear those new earrings tomorrow? Do you want to change your hair up? Did you want to change your hair? Like in general, I don't know why they're showing me the hair a lot. It can have a lot of influence on how you view yourself and like kind of shift you out of an old identity, I think is why. Even though it seems very like surface level, it's really much deeper. But your inner being might be calling to like a siren right now. And then once you start embodying that in this new earth, you're going to be one of those leaders where you're going to be helping other people around you reconnect with their own individual unique expression and their sense of play, their sense of freedom, their sense of expression, their sense of uplifting humanity by holding this frequency of complete authenticity and also harmony, because the risk with authenticity is hostility, because then people, when you start to introduce individuation, then more people get afraid of that, right? Like, oh, it's too different. It's too different. You're going to be trailblazing that openness, that one consciousness, that compassion and acceptance of all and embracing of all ideas, all styles, it's not going to be so linear. It's like bring the color back to the house, bring the color back to the wardrobe. But there also can be no color. It's not that the minimalist thing will be out. It's just that there will be more. It will expand. There will be more built upon it instead of just kind of one path dominating or people feeling like they have to kind of fall into line. There was a purpose for all of that, and now it's kind of branching back out and expanding again. Such as the rhythm of life. Really, really cool, beautiful reading. I loved this message. Thank you so much for being here and allowing me to bring this message through. It was beautiful. If you did feel called to another group, you are more than welcome to watch more or one or all or whatever you feel called to. Then I will see you in that group. And if not, I will see you in another reading on another day. Bye! Hello, group 4, and welcome to your reading where we are discovering and exploring a new earth and what that will look like in your inner world and reflecting in your outer world at some point, and what your role might be or how you can encourage this emergence in your own reality. So you have the Child of the Cosmos card. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. Let's start by reading that. There is a mysterious force that governs all of life, an intelligence that tells flowers when to bloom, the tides and seasons when to come and go, and that intelligence is within you too. It was there before you drew your first breath, and it will be there well beyond your last. It's the part of you that informed every cell what to do when you were in your mother's womb. It's hard to resist this force, harder than it is to surrender to it, because Earth is a planet of polarity and free will. It's easy to forget that this intelligence exists within us. So often we become disconnected from the pulse of life and fall into the pattern of believing that we're separate or feeling we need to go it alone. We can feel isolated and as if we need to figure things out for ourselves and rely only on our own strength. You're being called to remember the intelligence that's within each and every one of your cells, to remember you're a precious child of a loving, gentle universe, that you have access to all of the intelligence, wisdom, strength, flow, and qualities there ever were, are, or will be. And to remember that if flowers know exactly when and how to bloom, then you do too. And your soul inquiry is, how can you surrender more deeply to the intelligent flow of life? Okay, this is beautiful. I love that. This is like bringing it back to brass tacks sort of thing. So let's find out, as a child of the cosmos, how your new earth will be emerging. How will it be experienced by you, and how can you recognize it and shift into that timeline and level of consciousness when you're ready, if you choose to. For group 4, please. Describe the new earth. They said to me, a new awakening. How many cards is this? I'll just take it, but that's the most anyone got. Okay, you got card 35. So in the new earth, worry will be turned into wonder, and you will surrender to the experience. You will dream possibilities into your reality. Oof, I love that. Let's turn the worry into wonder. You got card 5. To receive, you will release. What can you let go of? What do you want to receive? Okay. That's in hand with the seasons and the cycles in nature. In card 31, everyone will be on their own journey and you will focus on your own path. Okay, I love that. That came up a bit in pile 3 with the individuation and kind of respecting one consciousness, unique consciousness, respecting everyone's own unique journey and preferences and soul expression. Okay, wow, I love that. Let's keep going. I love the worry will be turned into wonder and you will surrender to the experience. Yeah, so they're immediately getting a channeled download of, they're showing me this world where problems basically cease to exist, or anxieties or concerns. Now you may be like spiritual bypassing or that's impossible. It is and it isn't, because we need contrast, we need polarity, we need duality. You need to know what you don't want in order to know what you do want. You need to know that something's cold in order to know if you want it hot, or that it's hot in order to know if you want it cold. And you need to have contrast in order to create and explore preferences and to expand. However, we introduce worry and anxiety. That's a human thing. The worry and anxiety part doesn't need to be there. There can be a surrender to the flow, an exploration, a curious nature. I'm on an adventure. I'm on a journey, and let me see where this goes. Let me see how the universe provides. Let me see how this unfolds. Let me see how the intelligence of the cosmos takes care of this situation and perfectly times it and perfectly provides. But the worry and anxiety in the new earth, I think, will be replaced with trust in the universe and inner reflection and a seeking of understanding of our own inner world and of how we can navigate the energies as opposed to feeling helpless or sitting in them. We will work with the higher realms to guide us and to lead us. We'll work with our bodies and our intuition and our cellular structure to heal us, to inform us, to guide us. Yeah, in this new earth, you'll become very comfortable with cyclical nature. This came up in pile 3, so you could be from there. To receive, you must release. You'll understand that in order to take on more, you have to make space. The tree has to let go of its dead leaves in order to bloom again. And we'll understand this about ourselves, and we'll naturally be shedding old behaviors, old patterns. Yes, it will include 3D things like relationships and jobs and houses. Like, well, we'll shift, we'll move, we'll move to new locations, we'll shift to new relationships, new friendships, new jobs, like, as we grow. But it's also within ourself, limiting beliefs, repatterning things, ancestral chains, bondage, things that blocked us, attachments to things, old paradigms, old self-perception models, constructs, things like this. We will release them in order to receive new upgrades, new fresh awakenings, new higher consciousness and higher understandings. Really cool what's coming through here. For group 4, tell us more about the new reality. Oh, this just came out in pile 3, like I said. Lineage of the Rose, moved by the goddess, here for this, soul call, gather. This card is about being called at this particular time with a group of other individuals for some particular purpose or mission. You felt called to be here at this time and reseed this kind of goddess, beautiful, divine feminine energy, not gender, but divine feminine energy. Oh, and this came up in pile 2. Come to me, attracting like a rose, receive abundance, desires. Yeah, this receive release cycle. You'll in this new world, you'll become much more adept at manifesting because you'll understand the process. You won't cling on to things like we do now. Out of fear, we'll say, okay, this is no longer for me. I can see this is no longer serving me. It served me in the moment. I see why I was called to it in the moment, and now I can feel that it's removing itself from my existence, which means I'm receiving something else. I'm receiving an upgrade. I'm receiving something better. I'm gonna read that Lineage of the Rose card again in case you weren't from that group. Oh. That's the wrong deck. I was like, what deck is this? Because they're both Rebecca Campbell. The Lineage of the Rose. These times, these changing, divisive times, your soul chose to be here right now. You're part of a collective team led by the goddess, by the mother of us all, to reweave the thread of the rose back into tapestry of humanity. To make space where all people feel cherished and safe, to heal and be healed from the destructive patterns of the patriarchy, to be part of the return of the goddess of the earth. If you've been doubting your path, you're being called to look within and trust the whispers and weavings from caverns deep. The way of the mystic rose is walked by few, and known by heart, not mind. Try not to overthink, rather, trust the threads that are woven deep. This card contains within it a confirmation of the inner call and a reassurance that you're not alone. The mother of us all thanks you for being part of these changing times for humanity. She acknowledges your devotion to doing your best to support yourself and others in the journey back home to themselves, to each other, and to the earth. She wants you to know that she is available to guide you every step of the way. Speak, sing, and dance with her. You are led, you are led, you are led. And how are you being called to commit more deeply to humanity and the earth? I see like a simplicity here. Piles 1, 2, and 3 had some kind of like very fascinating, intricate new concepts. There's a simplicity here. This is the simplicity of surrender, trusting in the universe, the basic core values of the divine has a plan, divine timing. I'm here for a purpose. I'm here on my own journey. Everyone is on their own journey. And I allow the bounty of the universe to come to me in its perfect timing. What is for me is meant for me. Kind of all those tried and trues, if you believe it, you will see it. Like all of those are tried and true phrases for a reason, because that's the foundation of some of the universal laws and quantum mechanics are built on. Your pile, we'll get more, but your pile is giving this beautiful, what is the word? Like you may have been doing this for a very long time, like a devotee. It's giving like the energy of core, solid faith and I don't want to say basics, but like essentials, but it is the basics. It's foundational thinking of spirituality. You have all the spirituality foundational cards. Surrender, trust the intelligence of the universe. To receive, you must release. You're here for this. This is your calling. Embrace your own journey and receive. Receive your desires, receive your abundance, receive your attracting. Like it's the kind of giving like the tenets of the law of attraction. Let me get some more here for you. This could be either because you've been doing this for a very long time, and so these are deeply rooted within you, or you're very new to this, and so they're kind of being laid out here as like the foundation principles for this group. Because you may be like, I've never heard of some of these things before. This might be my first pick of card reading. This might be the first time I've considered some of these things. You could be on either side of that. For pile 4, what else do you want to tell them? Yeah, I'm hearing build your house upon the rock, not the sand, and study, I'm hearing. So there could be things that you want to look into. My personal favorites, like the one, I only do this if it resonates with you, because there's so many now. But when I first came into my spiritual like awakening and studying some of this stuff, I read Abraham Hicks' work. I found their like core books to be very helpful in establishing just a foundational understanding of how to create your own reality, what's kind of really going on here, things you don't learn about in school. That's who I resonated with, but there's many teachers now since then. But if you don't know where to start, I would start there. And that information alone will bring you into a new paradigm, a new earth within yourself. Once you realize the power that you have and the connection that you have with the divine, this working of hand in hand manifests this allowing kind of dance. For group 4, what can we tell them about the new earth and their role in it? Your cards came out really specific. Okay, you got cleansing, which group 1 got. Oh, did you get... Oh, no, I thought you got all the same cards. You also got King Tide, which group 1 got. And you got Cosmic Ocean. So if you feel called to group 1, I would go there. Also, just because you have... Well, no, wait a second. You have everybody's cards. You got cards from group 2, 3, and 1. Maybe you watched all those piles. And then you also got Cosmic Ocean. Okay. So you got Cosmic Ocean, Current Dreams, Future Realities, New Beginnings. And you have Child of the Cosmos. Then you got King Tide, Plenty, Prosperity, Receiving the Fullness of Life. I'm going to put that with the Abundance, Receive Desires, Attracting Like a Rose. Then you got Cleansing, Releasing the Old, Energetic Tune-Up, New Beginnings. Okay, so a lot of your cards are repeating, so I'll show you how. Here you have card 5, to receive, you must release. What can you let go of? What do you need to receive? And then you got cleansing. Release the old, new beginnings. So that's a duplicate, which means it's a strong message. So in your new world, you will become very adept and finely tuned and understanding of that cyclical universal intelligence. There can't be hoarding. There can't be energetic hoarding. Because, and I'll explain to you why. Because energetic hoarding would send the message vibrationally to the universe that I'm afraid I don't have enough, and so I have to hold on to more in case I run out. So that works against, completely runs contrary to how things manifest. Things manifest when you're in alignment with the expectation of trusting and knowing that there will always be more. What's meant for you is yours, and you're going to receive in perfect timing, perfect amounts, perfect volume, perfect rhythm and flow, everything that is meant for you and everything that you are lined up with. So if you hold on to things energetically that you know are no longer for you, whether it's relationships, jobs, material things, that's energetically saying to the universe, I'm worried that I'm going to run out. And so it says they're worried they're going to run out. They don't have enough, so they don't have enough. So don't give them enough, so they won't have enough. That'll be the reality, because they have to hold on to things because they won't have enough, because there isn't enough. So show them that there's not enough, because you create exactly what you believe. Where if you're happy to release things and you're saying to the universe, I know that there will always be more. I'm not going to run out. Then you will always have more, because that is your belief, and you will never run out. And there will be a constant, steady source of receiving your abundance, you aligning with them, you desiring them, you aligning with them, it manifesting. It will just be that cycle over and over. So that message is coming through very strongly. In your new earth, you will be very comfortable with that cycle. You will feel very resonant with autumn and spring. You will be like, okay, I released and now it's coming back in, and it's all going to keep going in a circle, and I will always have enough. And that could be a big lesson your soul is learning here. Maybe you feel like you don't have enough. Maybe you have some blocks around money and abundance right now. In your new earth, you will have released that block. You will have rewritten and repatterned that limiting belief. And then the other message that's been repeated here is exactly that: abundance, prosperity, plenty. It says plenty, abundance, attracting, receiving the fullness of life. You have two cards that say that from two different decks. In your new world, what you will experience is more than enough. You will experience plenty, and you will almost not notice it, if that makes sense, because you will no longer be focused on it. It will be expected. Just like you expect to turn the faucet on in most countries and water comes out, you will expect for there to be what you need in your account for whatever you need. And you will be responsible with it. You wouldn't be like, oh, I'm going to go buy this and that and keep having more. I don't feel you having a more and more mentality. I feel like you being very deeply satisfied with the abundance of Mother Earth, of love, of life, of social connections, of just enjoying life, and it being way less materially focused. So you won't even have a strong desire for those things anymore that maybe you do now, or maybe that you once did. You may already be coming into this shift where you're like, I'm really truly satisfied with my roof over my head. I'm blessed for that, and the food on the table, and the things that I have in my experience, and I'm open to sharing them, and I'm open to new things coming in. I know that if there's something I have my eye on, I'm going to be able to achieve that, and the means will come in, but I don't have a shortage consciousness anymore, and I also don't have a, hustle, grind, get more mentality. You're just at peace with what is. You're in flow with life. What you have is what you have, and you're grateful for it. Now, this Cosmic Ocean card, let's read that. It reads, water features in the creation stories of countless cultures across the globe, perhaps more so than any other natural substance or mystery. It's funny how water was all through all four of these piles, as far as I recall. And it came up heavily in pile 1. Echoing through these symbolic narratives around the birth of the world is the notion that everything originated from water. Many creation myths speak of life arising from the primordial waters or the great cosmic ocean. The Rig Veda, the oldest Indian sacred text, states that creation began within the darkness where all was an unrecognizable salty ocean. And to the ancient Babylonians of Mesopotamia, in the beginning there was both salty water and sweet water, which merged to create the gods. In many creation myths, transformation and emergence occur in the places where natural elements overlap. While Celtic mythology doesn't have a specific creation story, there is the fable of Ioka, a white mare born from the foam where the sea met the land before time began. This card is one of promise, hope, and new beginnings. What dreams are making their way into your consciousness? What is it that you're dedicated to creating? While the manifestation may not be immediate, time will bring things to fruition. Trust in the whispering dreams of your destiny, just as new beginnings of a stream may one day flow into the vast ocean. Something new is beckoning to be born. So dare deep and wide and dream your future into reality. What's the biggest dream you have that you are afraid to even admit? Yeah, like I said, this is literal like law of attraction manifesting 101. Like you guys in your new reality, you're going to be playing with and exploring heavily on the theme of manifestation. I think you may have felt, like I said, you're either very unfamiliar with this or very like educated on this. But you may have needed a reminder. In either case, your new reality is going to be you playing with the realms. Like you're going to be allowing yourself to dream for things. Like you may be in this world and kind of feel like I made my choices, my time is kind of up, or I'm kind of stuck in this, and that's it. Like I'm just going to kind of play this out. Your new reality, your new earth, this new earth you're calling in, is you. They're showing me them passing you a magic wand, like you're the magician, and you being like, wait, what? And then being like, all right, time to play. That you're the creator of your reality. These are the tenets of the universe. These are the laws. This is how it works. This is the intelligence of the universe. This is the flow. This is the pattern. This is the rhythm. This is the way it works, basically. Like they said, study, study, study. You may want to read up on it. It may be even out in some form at that point in a kind of structured way, like we talked about in pile one. And I see you being like, oh, it's not too late. Like it's this new beginning energy. It's a starting anew. It's the fool energy. It's taking a new step at zero and recreating from a 0 point, which is that endless possibility. It's full of anything you want. Like, do you want to live somewhere else? Do you want to start a family? Do you want to have a new relationship? Do you want to do something new with your relationship if you're currently in one? Do you want to explore something? Do you want to recreate yourself anew? Do you want to create something? Do you want to have a certain passion or mission or purpose or business or something like the school or I don't know. It's endless possibilities. Like I could literally name things for hours. It'll be different for each one of you, but your new reality is you realizing that you can create a new reality. Your new earth is realizing your power to create your new earth. That's flippin' profound. Wow, I did not see that coming. I thought we were getting nowhere there at the beginning. I was like, oh, this one's kind of like, it's a little more subdued than the other piles. Like, I don't really see anything here. Maybe, it's too much, a pile one kind of energy, too much of a stretch. But now I see your new earth that you're creating is you realizing you're the magician. It's you becoming empowered. It's you tuning in and syncing up with the intelligence of the universe. And you're like, let's friggin' go. Let's friggin' go time. Like I see you in a go-kart signaling to the flag guy who like puts the flag person who says like go, and that's like the universe. It's like the universe has said, okay, here's the rules of the track, here's what you can do, here's where you can go, here's go as fast as you want, go wherever you want, you can add parts to the track, and I see you like getting in the go-kart, putting your helmet on, and now you're understanding the rules of the game, and then the universe giving you that like signal, like that hand signal with the checker flag, like all right, freaking ready, set, go. And you're like, your new earth is, you're off to the races. You may study a bit, you may look into more of this, you may devote yourself to certain quantum mechanics or laws of the universe, and then you're going to be like, or you may not devote yourself. You may just, study whatever you resonate with, and you take in what you do, and you resonate and align with, in your heart space, and you could receive downloads on your own. You don't need to actually study anything, but it just depends on the method. Both of those could be true for you. And then you're going to explore. You're going to, let me get this gear. How do these gears work? How does this steering work? How fast can I go? You're going to start to play with reality. What if I slow down? What if I went off the track? What if I want to build a new track? Are there other people on this track? Can I change my car? Can I change the color of the car? Like, y'all are going to have some flippin' fun playing in the 0 point infinite realm of possibilities. You're going to understand, you're going to start to release, and you're going to see that as you release. Oh, you have new beginnings twice. I knew it. They kept showing me new beginnings, and they said new beginnings. And I'm like, yeah, I see it here, new beginnings. You have it here too. You have cleansing, new beginnings, releasing the old, and cosmic ocean, future realities, current dreams, new beginnings. You have 2 new beginning cards. I'm going to put that here. And the more you get comfortable with your own powers of manifestation, working with the universe, it's not like you're going to override, or because you can't, but it's not like you're going to be like, I'm in control here. It's like there's a deep surrender and then an understanding of your role. It's a deep understanding of the harmony between you and creation, you and the universe, you and your higher self, you and the divine, you and source energy, how are you a part of all that is, and how you are experiencing yourself through all that is, and that you don't have to be a passive observer. That's what your new earth is going to be demonstrating to you, that you don't have to be the passenger, you can be the driver. And you're going to learn how to be the driver, because maybe you don't feel comfortable driving. You don't understand how it works. You don't have a good understanding of the tools, but you will get that in this new earth. It will be provided to you. You will be led on the path that has that information. And then once you have that information, you're going to start to play with it. You're going to start to explore it. You're going to start to apply it and test. How far can I go? How far does my belief carry me? What can I do? What can I create? How long does it take? What are time and space? How much does that play in? What is alignment? How does that factor in? You're going to have a lot of fun. This is why you came here. And you're going to have a lot of fun exploring this and all of the different levels and multifaceted nature that it provides for you to explore and to kind of literally play. They keep saying like play in this realm, in this frequency, and within the laws of the universe. Of course, you don't have a choice on that. But I mean, some people I think have figured out, like there's still laws. There's just, you can go to different dimensions and kind of explore different realms and stuff like that when you're ready. But we won't get into all of that right here. That's not the topic of this, but really, really cool. I love this. I wanna tune up on this too. I like this. This is like a little like refresher course, or it might be brand new to you, like I said. But either way, this is a beautiful, empowering, magical energy. It's magician energy. It's alchemist energy. And I think you're very familiar with that. You've probably naturally demonstrated that energy in your life because you probably went through a lot of dark times and a lot of traumatic things and a lot of storms, and you came out with the rainbow on the other side. And I think you're very adept at that. But it's almost like this is now next level. Like this is like advanced course. Now it's like you're in the driver's seat now. You learned what you needed to learn, and you are ready to now decide what would you like. You're going to start to attract some things in that maybe you thought wouldn't be part of this incarnation, but they really will be. They really will be, and you're going to have a lot of fun. And you have lots of time. You have lots of time. Because time doesn't exist, but you have lots of what you construct as time. Even though in the new earth the reason why you have lots of time, I'm surprised this hasn't come up yet, but they want to get this in here. The reason why they're saying you have lots of time is because we will disconnect from our relationship with man-made time. And as you do that, the sense of time will expand. So that's probably for a reading for another day, but that definitely will be happening. Really, 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 really cool. I love this. Thank you so much for being here and allowing this message to come through. I hope that you enjoyed it and it resonated for you. If you did want to check out another group, then I will see you there shortly. And if not, I'll see you in another reading on another day. Bye.